We are live.
We are live, and no one would know that technically we were all just showed up. We just showed up and just walked out the curtain. That's how well trained we are when it comes to doing the show.
I mean, I was running late.
And I was ready late also, so I was happy that she was ready late because I was like, damn, that makes it easier for me.
Yeah, so this is basically the title is will Roman end up regretting raising the stakes?
I mean, when you really think about everything about what happened on SmackDown this week, Roman really has to put that one dog on a tighter leash because he just don't stop talking. And I'm talking about you, Jimmy Uso. You keep agreeing to stuff without the tribal chief agreeing to it. How you gonna speak up? Don't do that.
You're the best tag team in the world, man. You gotta have confidence in yourself. But Marcus, it's Roman shouldn't have gave up on his team. He should have been at ringside. He should have cheated. He should have been, getting the attention of the ref, doing the old-fashioned distraction chair shot routine. He could have did more effort to get his vacation and be off to Mania.
Well, Marcus, maybe he just want to whoop Seth's ass too. Maybe that's the case.
Which proves that he is not going to Crown Jewel. He is not going there.
You think he's gonna drop the title just to avoid going to Crown Jewel?
No, he has no mention. He didn't even think about it. He went Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. He had no in between pay-per-views in between there, which is
because it was just like I want a holiday. Yeah, and a holiday between, so I don't have to go to Royal Rumble. I don't have to do anything else after that. I just want to go on holiday.
And let's also be serious about this. The Elimination Chamber is just the match for the person who did not win the Royal Rumble, so they could get a title shot. That's all it is. I don't want nobody looking at me like that with the side eye. I don't need that.
Well, you can't trust a man that looks at you like that. Like,
I mean,
yeah, he about to do something.
Let me tell you, this looks like a modern day version of of a Latin because I'm getting strong Jafar vibes from Roman, and I'm getting Prince Ali from Seth.
What?
I know.
Seth looks more like Scar.
But we're not making a Latin Lion King. We're not doing that.
December.
Manny, should we start the show?
I mean, we could.
Yeah, let's start the show. Oh
no,
this bitch right here.
You wanted long-term storytelling, didn't you? You wanted long-term storytelling, didn't you? This has been going on for like 8 months.
But technically, Naomi could have whooped her ass because she didn't have the jacket on. She did not have the jacket
on. You get fined if you beat up officials.
You can't touch a WWE official. As long as
I would have whooped her ass.
You can't touch me.
I would have whooped her ass in that transition when the jacket was off and she was in the process of putting on the referee shirt. That was like her window.
That should not be a rule. Like, I shouldn't be able to beat up my boss if they take their sports coat off because they hot. That should not be a rule. They're still my boss, but it's like, I finally got Marcus, that chance.
In real life, if we followed wrestling rules, real life would not work out at all. At all.
You know how many distractions I would have at work just to hit somebody with a chair?
You know how many stolen cars I would have, Marcus? Because in wrestling, you can just hop in somebody's car and just drive off in it. No questions asked.
Or an ambulance, or a cement truck. Or you commit murder, confess to it in the middle of the ring in front of 20,000 people and no one's batting the eye because, where we're at.
But the one thing that you do have, you have the best seats of the game, man. People just show up and they got the best seats of the game. Summer Rae ain't been on TV ever. She got front row seats. Now, I need to get that type of life.
They gave her those seats.
They gave her a seat.
Hey, I need somebody to give me seats also.
WWE legend. Summer Rae.
Don't disrespect.
You got that right. Don't disrespect Summer Rae. I'm going to speak.
Legend.
And you know what? We're going to speak on this in people's opinion when the show opens because I'm really upset with a lot of people this week. And maybe because I was going through my old situations and I felt like, you know what? People need to shut the fuck up.
Ooh, let's get right into it.
Welcome everybody to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. I am Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes. If you're nasty.
I don't know why Manny is full in nasty mode, but I guess he's a nasty girl living in a nasty world. I am Marcus, the grand bring him in finale.
Hey, Marcus,
I'm gonna let finale loose on this show. Marcus, not Marcus, you know.
I will let you know something real quick though. Your spirit fingers on a scale of 1 to 10, Marcus, I'm giving them a 2. They started late, man. They started real late. Like they just became palm prints. Then you started to wiggle. I need speaker fingers all the way, Marcus. All the way.
No. They were building up to something. Okay, that's what you damn kids don't have patience for. Is to build up until the spirit fingers. So they were going spirit, and an explosion at the end.
Before I start ranting, I want to point out Levi said something in the chat. He says he could punch somebody with brass knuckles as long as the cops don't see it. Marcus and Manny, my question to you: where does punching somebody with brass knuckles rank on your list of things that you could do you can't do in the real world, but you could do in wrestling?
Yeah, it's got to be third.
Third.
Yeah, I always want to betray my partner.
Betray partner is always on top.
I think there's something with there where we talk a big game about doing something, and we both talk about it, and I'm more hyped about it than him. And then as soon as they're about to say, "Hey, it's your turn to work," I'm like, "I'm going home."
So, Marcus,
and clearly I want everybody to react.
You're jumping off the apron, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to quit my job and betray my partner and join another company at the same time.
I already know how Manny's going to betray people. He's going to attack the person in the back. We had a great tag team, Manny. We had a great tag team.
I wish I still had that video. It was a whole video package. It had music behind it of me attacking your thing. You don't come to the party with an overall of 63.
You know what?
Do all the work.
If I got some energy today, I will go to GameStop and I will reserve my copy of WWE 2K22 just so we can reunite the tag team and I can turn on Manny this time.
So we're not getting a digital edition of the racist edition.
No, because because I believe from my little limited amount of research, I believe it's cross-platform where we can play online with each other, despite what system we own. And quite frankly, the PS5 will have better graphics than my Xbox S. So you know, and I don't have much
Xbox S.
Yes.
When did you get that?
I bought myself one for Christmas, Marcus.
You always have something new.
Yeah. Very Merry Christmas.
Can I tell you, Marcus, the Xbox S for a person who doesn't game that much is like the best system with Game Pass. It's amazing. You could download I could download the whole.
Stop it! I'm gonna cut you off right there. I'm cutting you off right there. They didn't pay for this sponsorship. Fuck you and your advertising that you just went into. They didn't pay for this. If they're willing to pay for it, you can say whatever you want about Xbox and their Game Pass and how great it is. But until I receive money in my pocket, in my wallet, they ain't getting a single sponsorship from me.
But this segment was sponsored by 1-800-COLLECT.
You know, when I was in the hospital yesterday, I was looking at these two pay phones and I was praying. That somebody was going to use the pay phones. And somebody came close. He got some coins out of it, but it was just his medicine at the end of the day. One day I'm going to see somebody use a pay phone. I want to know who that person is, but they are going to use that pay phone.
Yeah, they're drug dealers.
It's Michael Cole. Michael Cole calling on the condition of Cactus Jack and Terry Funk.
Anyway, with that being said, before we start and answer the question that will Roman regret his decision, I wanted to talk about probably one of the most impactful moment of the week in professional wrestling, and that was the return of Jon Moxley. I would say maybe because I'm a tad bit more sensitive because I understand his battle with demons to a certain extent, and I know what it felt like. But my biggest gripe with it is just the whole idea of people who are critics and also these fans who feel that they are owed something. I was really taken aback by the comments that Bully Ray made, where he said that Jon Moxley should apologize to the fans. Quite frankly, I don't understand why people feel that the entertainers that we watch on movies, wrestling, sports, owe fans anything, because we don't. The only people I felt that deserved any type of apology would be his wife, his child, and himself. Where did you guys come down? I'll start with you, Manny, with the whole idea of what Bully Ray's comments was about the first thing Mox should have did was apologize to the fans.
I feel like it was stupid. I mean, like, if I do something wrong, if I need to go better myself, and I take a break from here, for instance, I think the people that
apologize.
I think the people that actually watch us and support us, you mean you can follow us on all that information on the right. I think if they cared about you more, they'd be more concerned that you're back and you're well and everything. Much like when you had your cardiac event.
Yes.
He's too poor to have a cardiac event.
No, I'm upgraded, Marcus. I got an Xbox X. I had a cardiac event. Come on, man.
Damn it.
And
fuck you.
There was more concern about you. You didn't have to apologize for being away. You know what I mean? You were still in the comments and shit, but like you didn't have to apologize for anything because like realistically you were in pain and you were sorting out your own shit. Yeah, and that's what happened. And then you come back better, and when you're ready to come back, you don't have to apologize to anyone. The only person you can apologize, but like why?
I mean, I think the biggest problem, and I think is that it could be because of Bully Ray's age and his idealism of what alcoholism is, that is not a sickness, and it is an illness, and it's something that you recover from. That's like me on my first episode. Guys, I'm sorry that I had this cardiac event and I almost died on you. It makes absolutely no sense.
I ate way too much pork.
It was beef, Marcus. It was beef. You know it was.
Beef.
What about you, Marcus? What about Bully Ray and all that comments and stuff like that?
Well, I can jump and, like everybody in the universe and jump on Bully Ray about his horrible take. Although I can say I've had some bad takes of my own. But I'm in the same sentiment as everybody else. But it's no point, beating up a dead horse and going like, that's a stupid ass take. And for me to say the exact same thing everybody else said, I agree with you guys. And it's just going to do us in short form. It's normally I have to.
Marcus in short form. Shit, I need to apologize for asking a question where Marcus is going to have a short form answer.
It's no reason for me to have a long answer here. It's a stupid ass comment, and it doesn't even need to be discussed at this point. I don't know who's in agreement that says, "Oh, Jon Moxley should apologize for his alcoholism." No, it's a sickness. Marcus. It's a mental disorder. He went to go get help. He don't owe anybody anything.
Right, let me interrupt you then because I'll ask you a different question.
I kind of did.
Because Marcus, it piggybacks on this whole thing because it's this whole entitlement of fans, Marcus, and these people with all these opinions. Because I came across a couple of stories, like as we mentioned in the opening, about people being upset that Summer Rae was referred to as a legend, and then also you have people who are upset at Eric Bischoff because they claim that he sold out by appearing on WWE television.
Marcus, man, claim that bag.
Marcus, why do fans feel like? I don't get, Marcus, you're a fan of stuff. Do you feel like they should listen to what you say?
Well, you can also throw in people as being a little, there were a few, a little salty that Mickie James decided to go back to WWE for the Rumble.
Gotta get that back, man.
Or the fact that, people jumping down, what's his name? Leo Rush for, leaving AEW when they were praising that he was there at one point for, basically getting fired or whatever.
We knew what Leo Rush was.
Yeah, he got fired. He got fired.
Marcus, I think
he got fired.
What I think what happened in the Leo Rush thing is that Tony Khan gave him some hush money, told him, I'll release you for whatever contract you have if you put out a positive statement about this, and the next thing you know, you could walk away on Valentine's Day.
Nah, that doesn't seem real. It just seems like, what the fuck you said me on Twitter? You fired. And you have a 30-day no-compete clause.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like it was.
So, Marcus, let's say
they don't release people at AEW. They just disappear. But back to this whole thing about, fans and, people selling out and all that. Let these people live. I don't care what people do with their the way they get money. Eric Bischoff is going to show up on SmackDown this week, criticize WWE the next week, show up on AEW, and then return back to WWE. He has name value. You can do whatever you want. People have opinions. Everybody has opinion. Just like Bully has an opinion. It's a dumbass opinion. But everybody has an opinion of what something is. So you know what? Every opinion has some validation, but I don't care.
Now Marcus, can I ask you a question?
Money.
Can I ask you a question about your co-host, Marcus? If you found out that your co-host, Lord Manny Hayes, reappeared on Mike Up Sports, would he deserve to give you an apology? Would he have to give you an apology, Marcus?
I don't give a fuck what Manny does. The only thing Manny owes me is an apology for all the damn posts in the mid-card mess. He had to put up with the hashtag before Kerry, hashtag before Manny, hashtag all that. If he apologized for that, then that's the only apologize my co-host needs.
I mean, he needs to let it go. I am letting it go. I have 9 more days of this bullshit, and it is over. I think Manny. Maybe I'm wrong in this. This is maybe I'm thinking he's gonna come back. He's gonna be in better shape in February and say, "Guys, I need to step away. I have killed all my demons, mostly Kerry, I guess."
And he's moved on to.
I just feel like some people needed to be taken off their pedestal of continuously riding this coattail of I post the most when for all this stuff. I am getting sick and tired of Kerry posting the exact same shit I post maybe 4 hours after I do it.
Well, Manny, when you post everything, there are going to be reposts in the world. I'm going to say this, Manny. There are other people in this world other than Kerry who are posting things you are posting. Just to let you know.
No, Raphael is one of those people.
No. He does it on purpose. He's doing it on purpose. He's doing it on purpose.
Well, Manny, you did create the hashtag before Kerry. I mean, this is personal.
Yeah, it got personal.
Manny, quite frankly.
And then sometimes, if I'm feeling more shady enough, I will actually state how long before Kerry it was.
Hey, you know what, Manny? Quite frankly, Marcus and I have had conversations. We really think that you need to take some time off and go to rehab and really think about your actions about not being number one in the mid-card mess. It's not that important to ruin your sanity being up in the odd hours of the night, posting pictures of Mandy Rose or Cora J with the hashtag before Kerry. We just don't need that. We don't need that from you, Manny. We want you to be here. We want you to be healthy. We've seen the change in your demeanor. We've seen the darkness coming underneath your eyes because you become obsessed with this. It's like you're turning into Smeagol right before our eyes to be Lord of the mid-card mess.
He turned into Lord Vader, who will kill younglings. Like when Darth Vader goes and kills or Anakin Skywalker goes and kills all the younglings. I feel like that's Manny going into the mid-card mess with his post at this point. But what was the original topic at hand before we sidetracked and started talking about Manny?
I was just talking about fans and their sense of entitlement and how.
Oh, they can all shut up.
Yeah,
that includes myself too. We bitch about everything. Like I'm in a more, maybe let's not bitch about wrestling as much. Let's just live in a moment. Because you know what? In the future, maybe it's because I've been watching this retro Raw. I have a retrospective of my whole life, and I've been lied to my whole life of what a wrestling show should be and what I really enjoyed. I'm just going like, let's just enjoy the moment. If I enjoy it, I enjoy it. If I don't, I won't watch it.
Well, no, that's a very interesting thing, Marcus. Because you know the old.
Oh no, we're gonna bitch and review on this whole show. I'm planning on complaining.
I try not to bitch and review, Marcus. But I think the whole adage that we learned in like that history, we study history so we don't repeat the past. And when you go back and you look at the old footage of wrestling, you realize wrestling wasn't as great as we had it up to be. It was okay. But I could say, going back to the story, I was happy to see Mox. I was very, I was also at the tip of my tongue. Wait, no, maybe the tip of my seat. The tip of my seat. Listen to every word that,
Edge of my seat.
Edge of my seat. There we are. Because I can't get it right, Marcus. I apologize for messing up. The fact that he was so vulnerable, that he was so open and things of that nature, it was wonderful. I mean, even the story about Cody Rhodes, who may be one of the most hated individuals in professional wrestling, and Big E coming out there being by the side of -1 to tell the news of his father passing away. That broke my heart. I was just sensitive this week, man. I was just sensitive. And then after that moment, I felt like Dynamite could not keep the steam up of what Moxley did in that ring. But since Manny has the AEW graphic up, we might as well start off with Rampage.
Well, you started talking about AEW, so I just put it up.
I know, Manny.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe if you gave us a rundown of what your brain is going to go through.
I mean, it's my fault today that I turned up about 5 minutes to the show.
No, Manny, whether you showed up 30 minutes or 5 minutes, I don't know the rundown until I get behind the microphone and I start talking about random shit. But since you have steered me in the direction of AEW.
We're not going to continue to talk about Dynamite because there's stuff I'm curious to get your take on.
Oh, well, Marcus, you know what? Manny, we're about to do something that we normally don't do. Marcus, you have hosting duties. Marcus, go ahead and ask questions, my brother.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
The host goes here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I've never been here before. There's no Hulkamania here.
Unless you want this to happen, Marcus. And we knew what happened last time you went like this. Oh no!
It's now time for the main event. No,
you didn't even cross your eyes, man. You're not even committed.
I didn't got it. I wasn't committed to it. I wasn't. But my question is, what do you think of the House of Black, Matt Hardy fusing with Andrade, and all these other factions forming together?
Well, so. Like, isn't this like the third merger that Matt Hardy, the HFO, has had? Like, I think that when he absolved Blade and the Butcher into his group, like, it's just one of those things. I look at Andrade and I say to myself, I said, if I was Andrade, am I in a better situation than I was when I was at WWE? And quite frankly, no.
He's in a worse situation.
Yeah, like, the only thing is that they're highlighting the fact that his English was not up to the level that WWE wanted him to be. I think that he was actually higher on the pecking order in WWE because I think he was like the number one Latino on the roster, or number two Latino on the roster besides Rey Mysterio. And
excuse me, he was Charlotte's bench at that point. When he was in WWE, when Charlotte always had potential to say, "I'm just not going to show up." Damn, Andrade got to be on the show.
Well, Marcus, let me tell you something. I think I would rather be Charlotte's bitch than Matt Hardy's bitch. I just don't I don't think anyone is that invested in Matt Hardy and his goons, and then Andrade and it doesn't work for me. I just don't care. And it was such I think it was like a palate cleanser because I forgot what happened afterwards where we had that backstage segment, and it just said why are they even on TV? This could have took place on Dark and nobody would have cared about it. As for the House of Black and the Knights of Black and Malachi Black and all that, I'm intrigued by them. Brody King is probably the first person they brought in that I'm not familiar with. He has a look. He might be the biggest guy in the company next to Luchasaurus. I think that a feud between them and Jurassic Park would be a very, very. I'm calling them Jurassic Park, not Jurassic Express. Jurassic Park.
They're fighting that old man and just go through.
So I mean, I'm intrigued by them, but for me, it took a long time for them to get here. I think the best moment though was that they're so in Brian Pillman's head that he couldn't even do his springboard. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why couldn't you do that? Like, I feel like my biggest issue with AEW is that
I feel like you have a new biggest issue every single week with this company, and I feel like that sentence is said. My biggest issue with AEW it's a different thing each time.
Well, my biggest issue, I think, has always been my issue is that they do a really piss poor job at storytelling. It takes too long for them to tell the story that they're trying to tell, and usually at the end of the story, the payoff is not worth what we've been waiting for. Like the whole fact that now. He was fighting the Varsity Blondes, Malachi Black and Brody King. And the next, we get a package of Pac returning from the umpteenth time. Like, I don't care. I just don't care. Like,
I'm blind.
I mean, and I know people rag on NXT 2.0 and whatnot because they are not really grasping the new stars and whatever. But for me, I find it exciting because I see them trying. They're trying to do something and make things, different than the regular formula. And I know people are ragging on NXT for that, but I think it's more so people are ragging on it because I think ultimately, for whatever reason, I think a lot of fans wants to see WWE fail. And I think that's where their ultimate goal is. Like, they want to see WWE suffer the same fate that WCW suffered because many people feel that WWE ruined professional wrestling when professional wrestling is alive and well. And what WWE do is call sports entertainment. They don't do professional wrestling. And I think that's the thing about it. This is the first time in a long time. There's so many options that if you're a wrestling fan, sports entertainment fan, you have so many things that you can watch now that everyone should just be happy. That's all. You have any more questions, my brother in red?
Yeah, but speaking of happiness and everything, Hangman Page, you giving him multiple weeks as champion. Where's your update on the status of him being your world champion?
Marcus, he's not my world champion. And he's not even climbing up the ladder a little bit. I mean, I turn the question back to you. Is he doing it for you guys as champion? Is he? Is he? Answer the damn question.
I didn't know if it was rhetorical or not. The way you said "Izzy" made it sound like it was not.
Little girl.
Izzy.
Little girl.
Yeah, he made me think of Bailey's fan. Izzy. Izzy, tell me, is he world champion? Oh, he's talking to Izzy. I think that it could be done better if he was more of a focal point. If he didn't just come out and for 2 minutes of a show. If this is the case, they want to bring him again. Bryan Danielson should be the AEW champion, and I will campaign this until he is recognized as the AEW champion. Him, or at least bump up that middle of the road Adam Cole, who was in that damn mixed tag match, which I hate to death. I hated it to death.
The whole concept of what they're doing in AEW is just like all of a sudden, like Adam Cole is touting how he's never lost a singles match, how he's undefeated. We also have MJF, who's undefeated, has lost a singles match, whatnot. You have CM Punk, who was on like an unbelievable win streak, but then somehow, some way, the first title defense that Adam Page is going to have is against a returning Lance Archer, who we haven't seen in months, by the way. He came back. He doesn't look like he's been in any type of gym in a long time. And I'm just like,
what the hell?
Yeah, I said it.
Why are you body shaming?
I said it.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, shit.
I know you down on. I know you down on weight
too,
now.
but damn it, you supposed to be the murder hawk. Look like only thing you were murdering was burgers for Whataburger. Damn it.
Hey, let his murder hawk. Let the murder hawk. All right, the murder hawk has breasts. All right, let him have those. You need to respect his breasts like everybody respect your big ass titties.
Hey Marcus, and now he's aligned with Dan Lambert, the guy who he took out last time we saw him on TV. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how about you gave me Andrade
I didn't mean to wake in the sleep and dry with those two questions, but I didn't know all this was gonna unearth and talk about Andrade and everything like that. I didn't realize you had this much hate in your heart. But then again, I forgot who I was talking to. That is always there. He's always angry, just like
you have to realize. I do watch NXT and I watch AEW, Marcus, and I don't really talk about it much because I don't want to bore you guys or the listeners with rehashing stuff that Marcus and Manny.
It's not rehash. It's a hot take because we know your take ain't gonna be the same as our take.
So you try to tell me Adam Page is your champion? That's your man.
As it currently stands, he is the AEW champion.
No. Not the AEW champion. I'm talking about your champion.
Because I'll let you know the champion I want the champion to be.
I'll let you know right now.
I've already confessed. I confess that Bryan Danielson is the best wrestler in the world. Should be the AEW champion. Should be the New Japan champion. Should be the WWE champion. Should be the Universal champion. Should be the NXT 2.0 champion. Should be the Impact Wrestling champion. Should be the Digital champion. Should be the X Division champion. Should be the NWA Heavyweight champion. Should be the NWA North American champion. Should be the NWA National champion. Should be the IWA champion. Should be the AAA Mexico Omega champion. Should be the heavyweight champion of AAA. Should be the Ring of Honor champion. Should be the Catalyst Pro Wrestling champion. I'm out of wrestling.
You missed GCW.
NXT UK.
You missed Game Changer.
Damn.
But Manny.
Damn it. You don't have to be in that garbage.
We heard a lot from the supposed host right now, Marcus. My question for you, Betty. Is Adam Page your champion?
No, he's not my champion. Champions need to be on TV for more than 2 minutes.
I feel like Roderick Strong was a better champion than he was.
Roderick Strong at least had a support network.
He did. I mean, like I said, I haven't forgiven Adam Page from last week when he came out with that white T-shirt with that camel-colored frilly vest that, for no reason, it didn't match at all. Like, this is his run is by far worse than Big E's run. Goddamn, it's just bad. It's just bad. Marcus, do you have any more questions?
I'm afraid to ask anything, man. I think we can move on to the Friday showings of television. But
all right,
Manny, Gunther.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Gunther was supposed to be a part of my rant about fans getting on my damn nerves because everybody was hot because it was leaked. It was leaked. Let's just point out it was leaked that Walter's name was going to be changed to Gunther Stark. And if you do a Google search, apparently he was a Nazi general or something like that. And we all agree being named after a Nazi is bad. We understand that. However, when he showed up at NXT and he beat Roderick Strong in an excellent match, one of my favorite matches of 2022, because Roddy can do no wrong when it comes to wrestling somebody because he makes everybody look amazing. He just don't win.
He just can't talk.
And after he said it, called me Gunther, I was like, fine, he's not Gunther Stark. He's just Gunther. There's people in the world that's named Gunther that are not Nazis. And then I asked Marcus, this
saying Gunther as well. It's Gunther.
Whatever.
Gunther. And can I also add that can you name any Gunthers that isn't a Nazi?
And you can't say Gunther Kente. He's not real. A joke Marcus made 2 days ago.
Yeah, and I thought it was a really good joke.
God, man, we've done too many shows this week.
You know what?
You did.
Gunther Forge.
So did you. You're on all of them.
I don't
Gunther
ever stop
Forge.
talking.
Gunther Forge. He's a painter.
Google that shit.
he was a painter. And he was born in 1952. I love his artwork, man. I'm just letting you know. I love me some Gunther Forge.
Can you also say that Gunther Ford? Can you guarantee me that he wasn't a Nazi? Have you read enough of his bio to say Gunther Ford was not a Nazi or a racist or anti the civil rights movement in America? I don't know where Gunther Ford is.
Can you confirm that Walter wasn't? Because I'll let you know. That's what I kind of felt the Imperial storyline was, that they were superior than everybody else. They didn't go out there and say that they were Nazis, but they had Nazi tendency. They did.
So me and Eric had this discussion off camera at one point, Manny. Was Walter always a Nazi? Would you equate him as being a Nazi, an Austrian Nazi?
No, but I want people also to know he went by another name in Japan, which during his green days of being green and purple and pink or whatever, of Gacha Pink. So you lot need to shut the fuck up.
Whoa. He
probably
that's
chose that name.
Wow, that's worse.
I think as Finn Balor, aka Prince Devitt, said on Twitter when he replied to Walter's name change, oh, they hate it when they change my name also. And I think everybody hates everything. At the end, people want to make money. Walter wanted to keep his name. If he's ever released by WWE, which is a strong possibility nowadays, it's a lot better to go by Walter than it is to go by Gunther because everybody knows that he's Walter. Am I right, Manny?
He ended the day. He's still going to be the same person either way. Like, he's still going to chop the shit out of you, powerbomb you, hit you with that big splash from the top rope. He's still going to be the same guy. He's just under a different name.
Like, would anybody be upset if Mox came back to WWE and he was Dean Ambrose again? I don't think anybody would care because everybody would be more shocked. Oh, shit. He's back at WWE. And shout out to his boy Seth, giving a shout out to him on Friday Night SmackDown because I feel like them saying Mox's name, him and Roman, that was them being untouchable in the company, knowing that they can acknowledge what their friend did by getting himself clean.
Well, the other one was Pat McAfee.
Well, Pat McAfee's a damn fool. You don't know what Pat is.
Yeah, so if Mox were to come into SmackDown, go by Mox, I don't think anybody would care, nor he would need ever. Name changes, as I said, has happened all throughout history of wrestling. Whether you're Finn Balor / Prince Devitt, or Seth Rollins, Tyler Black, or Daniel Bryan / Ryan Danielson, name changes have always happened, and it doesn't matter. They want to own your name. They want to own your merchandise. They want to put you in the video game as a playable character in the future. That way they don't have to pay your ass money or whatever or deal with your lawyers because they're using your likeness or whatnot. So this is what the WWE is.
The only
as I
thing
said on Tuesday, the main issue is that I don't know how do you get through the cracks of going through the Gunther Stark part without coming through, oh, it's a Nazi name, we shouldn't use it. That's my problem with WWE with this one, is that they have nobody going, no, we should not do this.
No, they did, Marcus, because they named him Gunther. Because first and foremost, I can hear Vince. I can hear Vince saying
after.
Whatever. But they made the change. I can see Vince say, why'd you give him a last name? You know I hate last names to begin with. Stop doing that shit at NXT. One name only. Just
now I see it going.
So are you trying to tell me
media backlash?
Are you trying to tell me since Gunther Stark was a Nazi?
Gunner.
Does that mean that Tony Stark was a Nazi?
Well, that's a different person.
I mean, but apparently the Stark name has been sullied. It's been sullied.
Ghostface Killer is not a killer.
But what about the Starks from Game of Thrones?
I mean, yeah, they were good people.
No, not all of them.
Well, no. Fuck Rob.
Ned Stark was a dumbass who thought he could navigate through shit, but he ended up with his head chopped off. Spoiler alert.
And what was the little one? Rickon, who didn't know how to zig and zag, just ran into a straight line. Fuck Rickon.
You know, and fuck the 3-Eye Raven too. He was a Stark as well.
He was, but now he's the king of the realm.
Brandon Stark.
Spoiler.
Brandon Stark. Fuck him too. Spoiler.
Anyway,
spoiler.
Manny, can you put me back at the bottom of host of dudes? Because we need to talk about Friday Night SmackDown, and we need to answer the question: will Roman Reigns regret the decision that he made? Quite frankly,
the power.
Let me say, I enjoyed the opening of Friday Night SmackDown. I don't know why. I thought that package that they made for Roman of his victory streaks of 508 victories, and I thought they had messed up when they had stopped at 504 days, and then they showed it tick up to 508 days. I was like, you know what? I appreciate this. And you know, they were about to have a celebration of all celebrations, except they didn't bring any cake. I was disappointed that no one bought cake. Apparently, Roman don't like cake because I would like cake at my celebration. But Manny,
yeah, but you can't have cake anymore.
Yeah, stay away from the cake.
So Manny, clearly, Seth Rollins was in his hotel room with that bathrobe, but was like, oh shit, I need to show up on SmackDown because it's Royal Rumble season, and now we have this room where we can just show up.
No, he looked like he was in the back. He stole that from a Chinese restaurant.
He looked like he stole that from Becky when they play role play at night. You know what? I want you to be a Chinese lady tonight, Becky. That's what I need you to be.
I'm sorry. You think in that household he is the man in that household?
Becky sets the stage. He's like, I set the scenery. All right, don't you ever do anything like that, Becky? I'm just trying to. No, I'm the man. All right.
But surprisingly, this whole segment gave me a reason to watch Monday Night Raw because I need to see more Kevin and Seth together because I don't know what it is, but I can't wait to see who's gonna turn on who. Manny, who's gonna turn first, Seth or Kevin? Who's gonna do it?
I honestly felt I felt really I felt the emotions run deep at like 10 to 3 in the morning last night. I'm like, if Kevin turns on Seth in this moment and I don't get a full payoff, I'm gonna be pissed. I will be pissed and I am not gonna like it. So know it's Kevin. I know everyone knows it's gonna be Kevin. Everyone knows it's gonna be Kevin that turns first because it's always Kevin that turns first.
Yeah. And will he use the power bomb? Will he use the power bomb? Because that's what he always do.
On the hardest part of the ring.
No, yes. I don't like that Kevin's turned that power bomb into a sit-down power bomb because it used to be more effective when it was just a pop-up slam and then pin. Now that he's turned it into a pop-up power bomb, sit-down power bomb, it's like okay.
But can I also say though, I'm very happy to see the power bomb making a return into WWE because it's been going for a while. I mean, we got Kevin with his power bomb, we have Gunther with his power bomb. I mean, the power bomb is coming back.
His name like an edit. You have Gunther with his power bomb. But yeah, Kevin's definitely going to be the one that turns on Seth. He's going to give him the power bomb in the hardest part of the ring. And then next thing you know, Seth is selling merchandise like Sami Zayn later in the night. So Kevin's going to turn, but I hope it's sometime. I would have rather seen them instead of the title picture feud with RK Bro for the tag team titles and go that route in WrestleMania instead of where early at. No. I wanted that. I want
Seth to be. I want them both to be singles champions and then occasionally tag.
Yeah. I mean, every time you said you've been spending a lot of time with Retro Raw, and Friday Night SmackDown is Retro Raw in its essence. They gave us the main event.
Nah, Raw is still Raw. Raw is still Raw to me.
But I mean, Marcus, you have the star of the show, who is Roman, and now has the stakes raised for the main event, and that's where we have to get to the end of the show, to that tag match, where we'll see how Roman will be either out of the championship match or the Usos will be barred from ringside.
I'm someone that enjoys all the back history that involves this story involving Roman and the Shield and KO and his history with Rollins and their beef that is now in friendship. And then you also have that Kevin Owens is also a part of that 508-day streak that Roman Reigns has, and he won because of the Usos. So he understands, Eric. He understands the depth of what the Usos can do. But on a side point, I would not gamble my title shot, hoping Kevin Owens, one, would not turn on me, and that two, we can beat the Usos in the match. I would not do that under any circumstance. I feel like the risk was not worth the reward. I would have just jumped the Usos in the back.
Well, Marcus, being a man who likes to take a lot of time off from work from time and time again, I can understand romanticizing with a vacation. And the tribal chief is tired. I mean, he had his wise man betray him. Brock Lesnar confront him. I mean, I think he wanted a day off. Manny, go ahead.
I think he's making bad decisions without the wise man.
He is.
Yes.
But I think...
So that whole thing at the end, all he had to do was be like, I'm punishing Jimmy, because Jimmy is always in the wrong. He could have just punched Jimmy, got that DQ, got Seth DQ'd. He would have had his holiday. But no, he didn't. That is why I am a wise man for hire. Roman, hire me.
but I think,
Lord Manny Hayes.
So quite frankly, and I think, and many people probably would disagree when I say this, I think this is the subtle art of having a creative room where they write storylines. I think this is one of those aspects they want to show that since Paul Heyman has left, Roman is not making the same decisions that he once was.
Nah.
What? You don't want to give him credit?
I know. I will never give this company credit on writing scripts and telling stories ever. They're so inconsistent. They are so inconsistent.
I don't think they're inconsistent.
It's never there, Eric. Now, I will never give them credit for that. And I believe you are really reaching. Now, if you were in the back, maybe you would be saying, oh, maybe we could throw this in the script that Roman's making all these bad decisions and that we see him later in the back with an even worse chicanery. I can't even say it, chicanery board or whatever. Him checking out food going, huh. You see that? I think that they are not doing that. And I can't wait for Paul to turn on Roman.
I can't have a charcuterie board either, man. Damn. So Manny, Big E also used his ability to walk in because it's Rumble season.
Bullshit.
What was the point?
I don't know, because I thought it was gonna be a tag match, and then next thing you know, it wasn't. I was like, why is Big E here? It's like, are we putting him back in the New Day because Woods is hurt? Like, I just didn't know what was going on.
Because he got nothing. They got nothing for Big E going to WrestleMania or in the Rumble or even post. It's over for Big E at this point. And the only thing they have for him is to reform the New Day. And at this point where they continue to do this brand split, and then they continue to break the rules of the brand split, whether it's they have their access card for one or two shows or whatever that's called, or it's Royal Rumble season, which means you can do what the fuck you want to do, apparently. I think they need to just consider breaking this brand split and just putting everybody on the show. It would improve Raw's ratings. It would have SmackDown be more unpredictable. You don't have to have the same Sheamus versus Ricochet match over and over. Maybe we can mix it up with maybe some of these Raw storylines, and it will help the show even more if they end this brand split. And I know I go, oh, I always like the brand split, I always like a good draft, but they need to end this brand split. It is hurting the product. Oh, and Eric has walked out. That's fantastic. Manny, what do you think about this whole people just randomly showing up on SmackDown for Raw?
Or people randomly walking out? I was not walking out. I was hot, man. I need to crack the window, man.
If it serves a purpose, it's fine. But like when it doesn't serve a purpose, it's really annoying. Like Big E coming out did not serve a purpose. Like sure, he was in a dark match at the end of the night, but like, what was the point? Like he didn't have anything to do other than just be out there.
I think in my eyes, and maybe because, being a more involved wrestling fan than the casual fan, it just really diminishes the worth or the value that you had in Big E by putting him in such a meaningless point of the show. Like, I mean, it helped Coffee tell the story of his feud with Madcap and Baron Corbin, but it doesn't do Big E any favors. Speaking of no favors being done.
But doesn't you think it hurts like just the company in general that they're just ignoring the brand split rules and all that? And it seems like it's no reason to do this brand split. It seems like there is no real logical reason when you don't even have two separate general managers, when the general managers are Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville on both shows. It makes no sense why the show split up.
I think the reasons were when they sold the contract to Fox that they were going to have exclusive titles. I don't know exactly what the rationale is, but I would think that USA and both Fox would be willing to work together if they can get the ratings up in any type of way, because I think at the end of the day, you want to make money. And I mean,
Fox is fine. Fox is fine. It's the USA Network and Raw who has low attendance and low ratings and getting the worst ratings every single week possible. It is the USA that's suffering, and it will benefit by saying, you know what? Every now and then, Roman will show up on the Raw. You don't have to say if he is or not. He doesn't actually have to show up. You can actually just film shit in the back of him just looking at the TV like he was earlier in the night and just say, yeah, Roman's here. Like, so, I feel like it will benefit Raw by saying that you have all your stars on the roster, and whether RK Bro want to show up on SmackDown like they did 2 weeks ago, which wasn't Royal Rumble season, by the way, because they're going to say that shit. They were just randomly on a SmackDown in a tag match that I was attending for no reason.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So my question, though, is that WWE also has some comments about advertising and what's the right thing to do in business when they were very critical of AEW and their women's brutal matches they took place before the year's end. According to reports, executives and Turner Media are a little bit upset and peeved with WWE. And if you heard last week, MLW is suing WWE for perceived tampering of ruining their product. Manny, do you really feel that WWE's opinion of what goes on in the world really affects all these other companies this way, or is this just a convenient excuse?
I mean, it's a convenient excuse, but like I feel like WWE have that power that could just really ruin MLW. Like, they can sue them all they want, but like as Vince once said to Kevin Owens in Storyline, I will just keep putting this out on court, letting it ride out, so you eventually end up bankrupt. That's the stuff of shit Vince can do, and MLW MLW is a small company.
Hey, Manny, can I give you because I mean, many people want to put this on Vince. No, that's what every big corporation does. Trust me, we got lawsuits at our building that ain't been in court in 10 years, man. That's just what you do. You drag it out until someone is willing to settle. You all go about settle. What's up, Ross? What goods, guys? I just got it for work. Stock takes, can't suck a D. Okay.
Did you lie? Did you lie about everything? Because I would say I would open a box and say it looked like 7 in there. It looks like 7 in there.
Grocery store. Stock take. But the whole thing is WWE could affect everybody because I hate to say this out loud, but WWE, even though you want to call them a sports entertainment brand, and they may think they are, but they are wrestling. This is like the NFL criticizing another football league about concussion protocol or something. We take this and do that. It gives a bad image to this other brand going like, what the fuck? How could you do that? You're hurting us. Now we have to clean up a little bit because you, WWE, professional wrestling commissioner of the world, rulers of all things that is wrestling, the identity of wrestling. Because when people say, oh, you watch wrestling? Yeah, that WWE, no one ever says anything else. So when they come out and say it means a lot more, and it does hurt the brand. And I think WWE gives zero fucks about what Warner Media thinks about them, because when their contract is up, they never talk about, oh, we're going to go to TNT.
But my thing is, though, I think, at least I remember agreeing with the opinion that WWE had about that match between Britt Baker and Anna Jay.
This wasn't about that.
It was so unnecessary. This was unnecessary.
This was about Anna Jay, I believe, again, and Penelope Ford and Britt Baker. What did this one?
Oh, it was a tag match. I'm sorry.
TJ, the Bunny, and who have I forgot?
It was Penelope, the Bunny, Tay Conti, and Anna Jay. I remember saying the same thing. It was too gruesome. I did not need to see these ladies doing this. Just didn't need it.
The thing is about violence and gruesomeness. I don't care if it's good and it makes sense and it follows the quality of the match. This shit was just there. It was just them doing stuff just to see it. I'm not into watching people just hurt themselves like it's Jackass. I need storyline and context. If I want to see people just randomly hurt themselves, I will watch reruns of the show Jackass.
So I will point out that with you guys' permission, I would like to skip 2 squash matches that took place on SmackDown and just jump backstage where we'll jump to the next match between Charlotte and Naomi.
Shout out to Natty. Give it to the boat. 3-time Guinness World Record holder.
Can you tell me those?
Big four. Because if in reality, yes, Aaliyah may have the quickest victory in the women's division. But Natty has also had the quickest loss in the division. So technically, that is a 4th record.
Shout out to Natty, who at the end of the day, when she give her Hall of Fame speech, the accolades will be unparalleled.
All right. Hey, can you tell me what the other squash match that I've skipped? Do you know the other squash match that I've skipped? And Manny, you can't answer the question. What else did I skip, Marcus?
A squash match? Viking Raiders versus
Marcus,
Humberto and what you call him.
Marcus, I'm proud of you. I didn't think you was gonna get it. So,
Mark, I remember everything, and I enjoyed that match because that was the best the Viking Raiders has looked in years. And I don't care if Pat McAfee and Michael Cole told me that was the best they looked in years.
Marcus, when are we gonna finally get Naomi versus Sonya? And we also know it's gonna be like AEW. I'm not gonna get the payoff that I deserve, but I'm just getting sick of this shit now. I'm getting sick of it.
Well, the logic behind it is making less and less sense over and over. And who the hell is Adam Pearce to continue to let this happen every single week? Because it's not just Sonya who has a problem with Naomi. It has to be Pearce as well because he's allowing this shit to go on for as long as it has gone on because this is clearly a personal beef. As Pat McAfee said when Sonya Deville put on the referee shirt, that is Roger Goodell walking out of his box seat in the middle of a playoff game talking about I'm refereeing this one. And you know the fix is in. It is ridiculous. It is absurd. And someone needs to take control of this.
I loved when the result actually happened. You're like, what in the Bret Hart is going on here?
For the record, Pat McAfee makes SmackDown probably one of the most watchable wrestling shows because you, 1, don't know what he's going to say next, and 2, it's always good. It's always good. He rarely misses.
When he made Michael Cole break, when he was talking about stupendous,
he gave the definition of stupendous.
He brought out Webster's dictionary.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if I've ever even looked at this thing, but bang.
So we had the Jackass segment, and last week I hated it. This week I actually found it somewhat enjoyable. For whatever reason,
well, you enjoyed that piped-in sound of.
Yeah, I was like, "This was the worst." Can I tell you something? It took me back, and it just told me how WWE goes back to the past because it made me think about when we covered the 1998 Royal Rumble and Chainsaw Charlie came out with that piped-in audio for the chainsaw that they had the pipe-in stutter. I enjoyed it.
This brought me back to a joke in an episode that's coming soon where we review the dumpster where Marcus has.
There are people in there.
Marcus hits I'm Mick Foley and this is Jackass as he jumps into a dumpster with an elbow drop onto Chainsaw Charlie.
But I prefer last week over this week, Sami Zayn segment. I knew he was lying the whole time. Did not expect Johnny Knoxville to show up on this week because that's like a Brock Lesnar sighting. How many dates they're working this year. And last week had more of the comedy. It worked better. Only thing I enjoyed was the fact that Sami. I hate the sound effects. I just wish they just had it all work. I wanted to see more items used.
Yes, that was my biggest. I was like, how would he use
too much stuff there? There was so much stuff on the table. I don't know why they didn't use it all.
I was like, what he gonna do with these handcuffs? Like, I wanted to know what he's gonna. Is he gonna use the handcuffs and the Billy Club? How do you do that?
But at the end of the day, Johnny Knoxville, the segment ended right with him throwing him over the top rope to continue it. But I preferred last week's segment.
And then let's put out the segment also ended very well with Sami sold the hell out of it actually being owned because he looked like he was in that fetal position and he was in pain.
His sale would have worked better without the sound effect. The sound effect was terrible.
The sound effect is like when Xia Li comes out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Xia Li for helping out Naomi in that situation. No, it was Aaliyah. Sorry, it was Aaliyah who she helped out.
Aaliyah. She don't help black people. Oh, so, no, she helped Naomi like 4 weeks ago.
Sheamus beat up Ricochet again.
Yeah, they delivered. They delivered. There's no way these two guys are gonna have a bad match. I enjoyed the dive spot into the knee trigger, and I liked his little wee boy Lynch is back, which I don't understand why he hypes him up as if it's his son. but I enjoyed that.
The greatest thing though is, like, you're right. As Manny put in the title of this post, Roman just got impatient, got fed up, and he cost himself a vacation because he keeps doing this anytime the Usos have a match, whether it's Jay or Jimmy. He gets in the back, he gets impatient, and he causes a disqualification. Why is Roman so impatient, Marcus? Why?
It's his anger. He gets the best of him, and he has nobody out there like the wise man saying, "Wise man, my tribal chief, the love of my life, the head of the table, please don't go out there and disrupt it. What we can do is interrupt this match and, cause a distraction and give the Usos a clean win." But instead, he had no belief that the Usos was kicking out of that.
It's 1997.
1997 want their phone back.
That was 1-800 collect right there. I'm sorry, guys. It was called about that sponsorship. I had to send them back.
It's me. Answer the phone for it's Ryan. I'm in prison. Help.
Honestly, that's the one call I was never thought I was gonna always hear. It was shocking when I actually heard the call who it was. Man,
it was me, Austin. It was me all along.
Anyway, Marcus never apologized for that either. Just want to let y'all know.
What, for my drinking abuse and my alcoholism? I am clean and sober now, but I don't have any. Canvas.
Why are we putting your legal problems out here? We don't have to do
I don't care. Everybody knows my legal problems, and I don't care.
You know what's funny?
I don't care. I'm a better person from it.
So, everybody got problems. We have 99 problems. I have heart problems. Marcus has legal problems. We still haven't figured out what problems Manny have just yet. But what day?
What are you talking about? It's very clear night and day what my problem is.
I'm not going to acknowledge that your problem is not Carrie. It is not Carrie.
We can't. I can acknowledge my issues with alcohol. You can imagine. You can admit your issues with. I
have a black heart. Got a black heart.
It's cold. It's just too cold, and it grew 3 sizes apparently on Christmas.
Ice spots, man.
Until Manny's able to admit where his addiction and his mental problems are, when we start to grow.
It's not my fault. I'm addicted to winning.
He's also addicted to
you feel
clickbait.
Like Charlie Sheen on cocaine.
Clickbait too. He's addicted to clickbait.
Listen, my teams barely win. I don't get an experience of that winning mentality anymore. I need to feel win somewhere.
and people need to understand Manny's also addicted to not being a bitch. Like, simple as that. He don't buy no base model shit because he ain't no basic bitch.
Eric,
just need to know that.
Eric, that isn't a problem. That's more a lifestyle.
Manny, show him the watch strap. Show it to him. Let the fans see it. Oh yeah. That's right there. That's balling, baby.
Look at
I mean, the top row is Series 7 gang.
Hey, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about upgrading. I really am.
Me too. It's so much a better watch. It's so much better. I'm so much happier with this.
I
do the exact same things I do with my previous watch, but knowing I have this giant ass screen, it's a Series 7.
Hey.
It's so much more comforting than anything
Marcus,
else I have.
I need
and
to know
Eric, do not buy it. Do not buy it. I'm sick of you buying shit. I feel like I'm very poor, but I'm a okay human being. Okay, I am a middle class human being, and you make me feel like I'm a poor scavenger out there.
Well, I had just bought me a new camera, so I have to wait.
I hate you.
More cameras. How many fucking cameras you got now?
How many sex tapes do you need, Eric? Where's enough?
How many angles do you need?
That ain't none of your business right there, how many tapes I got. But with that being said,
this is why you got heart problems.
Also, when we're talking about winnings, I want to go out there and say something that was in the chat earlier to Levi. I hope he's still in the chat, and I want to say this to you right now, brother. When you say go Niners.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
When you say go Niners, I'm going to yell, go Pack, go. And I'm going to yell it over and over every single day that the Niners are out the playoffs because the Packers are going to get into their ass. We're going to pack their ass up with cheese. You don't know what that's like. You don't know what that's like. No one knows what that's like.
Manny, meet him so I can read Ross' comment because NWA North American Champion Jeff Jarrett was in SmackDown. Because once you start talking about you packing somebody's ass with cheese, yeah, I think you're going too far. You're going too far, Marcus.
We're going to get both of those AA Rons in his ass. That's what I was saying to those 49ers. We're going to go. It's going to be epic. Both my teams are going to win. We're going to first put Tom Brady out in a couple of minutes with the Rams. And then later, the Packers are going to put the 49ers out. And I'm never going to see another 49er fan again. I am not going to deal with it. I'm not going to talk with it. If the Packers beat the 49ers, Eric, you know how sick I am? I am going to work. Right after, and Marcus, I am going to talk to the 49er fans in the meeting and celebrate my Packer victory. And then after that, I'm going to tell them I'm going home right after this.
No, so wait a minute. So you try to tell me Manny needs to have counseling for being petty and doing stuff, but you would literally go into work just to talk to a 49ers fan to let them know. Quite frankly, Marcus, and if they lose, and it's a possibility that Debo Samuel will get up into that ass, Marcus. I'm just saying, I don't know how I feel about this, man. This is gonna be a good game.
I won't go to work. I won't go in. I'm just not going in. I just don't have to go in. It is my choice to go in at this point. To talk shit, which I'm probably not going to do either way.
I'm going to say that it's, SmackDown happened. It was what it was. But
I
think
they're going to showcase of SmackDown this week, though. They had so many guests and legends on the crowd, whether it's the legendary Summer Rae, the iconic Johnny Knoxville,
what was the point of some of this,
opinionated Kid Rock.
How much do you think they actually paid, like, say, Jeff Jarrett for showing up for like all of 3 seconds on camera, and then Eric Bischoff?
So for me personally, it's all about the whole Rumble season. It's just about teasing who could show up in the Rumble. That's all it is. That's what all these legends are walking around backstage trying to get a sniff. The thing about it, though,
Jeff Jarrett's a weird flex.
The thing about it for me personally is wow, Ross, that's too far. That is too far. That is too far. I'm not gonna even read that.
I'm sorry, but someone compared the Cowboys to the Jets. Any team that's not in the playoffs right now, any team that just barely made it or is out of the playoffs, you're just as bad as the Jets.
Seahawks, where you at?
No, and Manny, you can also say the Jets are closer in the season that does matter in this current state for the Cowboys and Jets. They're in the draft. And where they can draft one of these bum-ass quarterbacks.
We got 2 top 10 picks. We got 2 top 10 picks, and we'll mess them up both.
I'm telling
you, Ross. How dare you?
What the Jets need to do, they need to go hire Kevin Costner, and he will make sure he'll flip those 2 picks to a great number 1 pick and get everything right. Draft Day is one of the most underrated films ever. I love me some Draft Day.
Great movie. I'm gonna go watch that after we finish.
Draft Day. I remember sitting there watching Draft Day, and I'm like, shit, what movie is he gonna make? And I'm like, this ain't real. But I was still involved. Like, is he gonna take the quarterback, or is he gonna take the guy who his daddy told him to take?
Can I pause for a moment and tell you, I don't know how old Kevin Costner was supposed to be in that movie, but I believe it was the wrong age. He's about 60-something in life, but he had daddy issues at 66 when he should be a grandpa, and he's trying to bang out Jennifer Garner, who's like 20-something years older than him, and he was banging her out in the closet, and it was just like, man, this movie is the greatest sports movie of all time.
Let me ask a question, Marcus, and what do you think old men with money do? They do that. That's exactly what they do. You think Jerry Jones is not doing that right now?
It's how your Clippers got sold.
He shot and he fired. Goddamn.
First of all, we don't talk about V here in LA, okay? We don't talk about V.
I ain't in LA. I'm on location.
Hey, honestly, since you guys are firing shots and we talk about people being taken out for firing shots, let's talk about the most righteous moment this week in professional wrestling. And that is when Hook got up into that ass of Serpentico when he came out there and thought he was the Magic Man. I ain't never seen
unacceptable. I'm saying this now, unacceptable.
First of all, normally I would be upset that the referee rung the bell, but he deserved, because when the referee saw what Serpentico did with the head things, he said, "You know what? His ass needs to be beat." That's what that was. Game. I'm surprised the referee did when he counted the 3. He didn't hit him upside the head. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Oh wow, man! He put behind the scenes names up on the screen.
Well, I'm via satellite. I thought it was more funnier to put it there.
By the way, these names appear every week for us only. This is some behind the scenes shit. Golf Marcus, whatever.
Max Gunther.
Oh, and Manny is just via satellite, which
Can
is
I
my favorite
say?
thing. Because I was like, how did we communicate with people via satellite? What does that mean?
I mean, Marcus tried to ruin Hook for me, talking about he's short, Eric. I was like, I don't care if he's short. His daddy was short. He whooped ass when ass needed to be whooped.
Hook he has the attitude of Stone Cold Steve Austin, but the height of Max Mitty.
Yeah, but he's in better, Marcus, he's a better version of Adam Cole. And I said it, what? Come at me, bitches. Anyway, JK Smith says
he got his mama looks. I ain't
good
never
afternoon,
seen his mama.
good evening.
Don't know what she looked like.
Fuck Hulk Hogan
and
and fuck a lack of communication. Damn, I don't even know what a lack of communication means, man. I feel bad.
We all know those lack of communications. When you're doing something that you be like, how come no one told me this?
You know, outside of Hook beating up Serpentico, there was nothing else on Rampage that I cared about. Their main event was trash. I have never seen such a slow, basic wrestling match other than Anna Jay versus Jade Cargill. And that was for a championship. They should be ashamed of themselves.
No, I thought Mox and Ethan Page was pretty decent.
That is true. But like it was like one of those moments that after that happened, it was nothing else after that. I mean, Ethan Page jumped also. Where is he at? I mean, he should never associate himself with Scorpio Sky because we know why he doesn't win matches. It's because he's associated with Scorpio Sky because we know the booking policies of AEW.
Black. But my thing is Mox and Ethan Page had a really good match. Mox looked fantastic shape. Really happy for him that he's clean and he's ready to go. He had the good energy and everything was fine with it. My only issue is this shit could have been on AEW Dark and it could have been the exact same scenario because it doesn't really have any consequences storylines. It's not like Ethan Page gonna come back and be like, well, you beat me, but how about you deal with Scorpio Sky now? Or something like that, and it goes along the story. The whole main thing, it ended up being setting up that Bryan Danielson and Mox are going to have a match. And I look forward to that match because I think Bryan Danielson can push anybody to the limits of the wrestling world, and this is going to be a program I like to see.
But the thing about it, too, is like Nick Jackson versus Trent Beretta was not a bad match. It's just that I've seen this match so many times, I didn't need to see it again. I didn't even care. Huh? Yeah, Trent got the win. The Jacksons are taking losses, man. They're just taking losses left and right.
What do you think of Trent not giving dap to your boy William Yuta?
Well, the thing is,
him on the shoulder and teasing that heel turn.
They've been teasing Trent being a heel turn for a long time.
Eric, Roppongi Vice is coming back on Wednesday.
Hey, Betty, don't tease me. Don't threaten me with a good time. Marcus knows how much of a fan I am about Roppongi Vice. I was actually excited about the tag match until I found out that Rocky Romero got COVID. You know,
he ruined Roppongi Vice reunion. Roppongi Vice.
Because
I would say, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say I'm so over the best friends, man. I'm done with what's his name, Orange Cassidy. I think that they missed the opportunity when they could have pushed him to the moon. And they decided not to. Like,
I'm glad they missed that opportunity because I never wanted that. Check the tape. Check the tape. I never wanted it.
I mean, you don't do well when we refer back to tape.
No. Take that for data, Marcus. Take that for data.
I'm 100% sure. I'm confident that I have never said anything positive too positive about Orange Cassidy.
I'm finally excited because, Rampage and Dynamite was not really like my favorite show, but they gave me things that made me excited for next week because I'm finally getting things that I've been asking for a long time. And finally, I think that Santana and Ortiz will finally turn on Jericho and pursue the tag team championships on their own and stop doing the bidding of Jericho. That's all.
Can we go back for a minute?
All they need to do, just go back to Eddie Kingston, and all will be well. Although they fuck up everything they do with Eddie Kingston.
I just need them to go for the tag team titles, like Eric said. I don't need them to join another manager, a stable crew, or a record label, or whatever. Just let Santana be Santana, let Ortiz be Ortiz. And it's not like these dudes can't talk. They have charisma for days, and they can talk their ass off, and they can sell you into a match. But they do not allow them. But I want to back up for a minute, Eric, and ask you two things. Okay. One, this week's Dynamite Beach Break, Cleveland, Ohio, in the middle of fucking January.
Well, it'll be the end of January at this point.
Yeah, but Marcus, I understand what you're saying is that whoever was naming the pay-per-views for AEW should have really thought about it. This. Probably should have been winter break or snow break or something like that.
No, you can't because you have winters coming. But like, you can't go to Miami or something for beach break or something.
Yeah, that's all I wanted. Just like say we're going to a beach, not Cleveland. Nothing about Cleveland says I want to go to the beach other than LeBron. I'm taking my talents to South Beach. It's the only thing I have connected to Cleveland and the beach. But that's not even the second thing I want to talk about. Eric, your boy, Mr. Free Agent, Mr. I want to stack up a ladder and not talk about this ladder at all. Mr. TNT champion right now.
You mean you want to ask me about Cody Rhodes' State of the Union address, where he just put out all of AEW business out there in the universe?
Yeah, what do you feel about Cody Rhodes and his pipe bomb that he wanted to try to give that I thought was incoherent rambling?
The thing about his incoherent rambling, I enjoy the AEW Rampage ski trip. I don't think you can ski in Cleveland.
You might.
Can I just point out also, just before you give your take on Cody's promo, on the internet, on Twitter, it's very positive on Cody's promo, but I didn't get any of that from it. So I'd be interested to know your take on it.
So for the most part, I enjoyed Cody's promo because he just said a lot of stuff that Dan Lambert has been saying over and over again.
So you're saying because Dan Lambert's presentation of him yelling that all these things are bad is a bad thing. It comes off bad. So when Cody says the exact same stuff in a more calm and affluent demeanor, it sounds better.
No, I have no issue with Dan Lambert. I mean, he was just rehashing of everything that I've complained about AEW. Like, I mean, when he talked about, the Wednesday Night Wars and trying to cut back to his company, his title and all that. The only liberty that I took with his promo was that I didn't understand.
Be careful where you go here. Talk about liberty.
Oh, fuck liberty. I forgot. The only liberty.
That's where you're at.
The only liberty I took with his promo was that I didn't understand why Cody thought it was his responsibility to sell CM Punk.
I shouldn't have done that.
I don't understand why CM Punk needed to be. I didn't understand why he needed to try to ride the coattails of CM Punk into unless we're gonna get a CM Punk Cody feud for the AEW title, the television title. I don't get why he brought up Punk. I really don't. It didn't make any sense to me. Which I actually think Cody versus Punk might be an appropriate feud for them to go.
Okay, so he said he is the Forbidden Door. Is he the Forbidden Door? and his match against the non-existent, no reaction Nick Aldis does not count.
He was saying he's the original Forbidden Door, and I agreed with him on that one. But again, that had nothing to do with the TNT title and the ladder that was in the ring. It had nothing to do with any of this. He was talking about won't turn heel, and Ricky Starks is his real life friend. I don't know why he's saying I'm not gonna talk into between the lines of wrestling and talking about this is all fake. This is my friend Ricky Starks. You people need to love me because I created this shit, and I shall never turn a heel. I'm never doing it. Fuck you.
I mean, in my opinion, of the original AEW stars, of the original ones, he was probably the most marketable one outside of AEW. I think that he was able to check all the boxes of wrestling fans know who he is, casual fans know who he is. However, with the influx of WWE talent, that now you have a clean Moxley. Better you have Bryan Danielson, who I think is probably the best spokesperson because I don't think there's many people who hate Bryan Danielson to begin with. I think
there's 5 people. I know 5 of them.
I think that Cody finally realizes that his ship is sailing away, and now he might have to focus on being Liberty's dad, and that might be something that's scary to him.
No, you cannot. If you start referring to him as Liberty's dad, it's over.
Wouldn't it be funny if I start referring to him as Liberty's dad and then Brandy by her real name and not Liberty's mom, which means that I felt that Brandy is doing more successful things than Cody? I mean, you got to play with words. I mean,
but I feel like everything he was trying to do failed in this segment, and he just did more of Cody shit. And it was just like, what Cody? Just talk about the match. Like, I feel like his delivery, he was saying nothing, but his delivery's fine. It's just that he said nothing about selling me on why there is an interim TNT champion in this company when you took 1 week off.
Marcus, it's just with typical AEW fashion. Like, none of their stories make any sense. Like, his promo at the round of things, his promo was there just to make mark out. Like, so he could take a shot of WWE. I mean, as someone put in the mid-card mess, it's been now 0 days since AEW has taken an unnecessary shot at WWE. It's one of those things where it's just very unnecessary. Stop paying attention to the competition and just focus on your product. Quite frankly, I do hope that Cody retains his title next week because I think Sammy was one of the worst champions ever. And
he continues to be one of the worst champions.
And I still feel bad. Yeah. Like, if he was really a man, what he would have did was, since they're doing it all over instant media, when he was holding up his signs, if you wanted people to pay attention, you should have had Tay Conti in the background and you were propping the signs up on her butt, because that's all they do it on Instagram right now. They keep showing booty pics. Just saying. I mean,
Tay Conti was doing that before.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like Arturo Ruas kept her in check. He kept his booty in house. And as soon as she got divorced, it's like, I'm gonna let it show.
How old was Arturo Ruas? Because he looked like he was like 45.
I don't know, man. You know what?
Hey! If Kevin Costner is allowed to go at the younger women, so is Arturo Ruas. Are you gonna Google it?
I am.
Why you saying that? I do miss Miro as my TNT champion, and ever since he lost that title, this company ain't been the same for me. Like, it's just segments where I'm like, I wish Miro will come back on, or I wish we got more FTR or Bryan Danielson, or even more Mox at this point, who doesn't give me the best matches, but damn it, he seems passionate about what he's saying. I do not care about Sammy Guevara. I do not care about the Jungle Boy and whatever's going on. And Billy Gunn deserved to beat up Christian in the back. They had that shit coming. It's the pastime. Billy Gunn should have threw him off the ramp, right, Manny? Threw him off.
He should have relived past murders.
Yes, past attempted murders.
So, is there any truth that he was married to her, or is that just rumor? Because Wikipedia has her married to somebody else.
That could be his real name.
But in real life, he is 40 years of age.
Yeah,
and she's 26. So if he did accomplish that goal, shout out to him.
He did.
But I'm not really sure if he did.
He did. Congratulations. But Sammy Guevara is out there putting out Ty Conti out there like she is a Series 7 Apple Watch. Like, oh, let me show you what I got.
Was that just to remind me, Marcus? Was that just to remind me, man?
To remind you that what you have currently is Sammy's former fiance. Hey, you can upgrade to Tay Conti for 3 easy flex payments.
Don't make me do it today, Marcus. Don't make me send a picture to the text messages of a box, Marcus. I'll do it.
Don't do it. Please don't.
You know, I'll go in debt just for out of spite, Marcus. You try to make me, the one thing you don't do, you don't spite Eric. Don't spite me, damn it. And then Marcus.
Now you sound like AEW.
And then Marcus, guess what I'll do? I even double spite you because I'll join the Manny Wrist Club and actually have an expensive strap on my wrist, unlike you with your broke strap that comes in a box, being a stock person. I said it.
What?
Stock.
What? That was so unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't even know why you came at me like that. Fuck.
The watch strap, I never even made a thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a thing. I just went to Marcus one day. I was like, "Oh, look, I've got this watch strap that cost me £100." And then he was like, "Why did you do that? You're like Eric."
That's exactly why I went at him. And we also
you two deserve each other.
I mean, I can see that a wonderful charging station behind your back too, Manny. That I know that makes Marcus sick.
It doesn't. I don't even notice it. Eric, the thing is, nothing Manny buys makes me sick. Because I expect him to buy it. It's the things you buy because it's never simple. It's always extravagant. I bought this $1,500 chair. Why?
I did not buy a $1,500 chair.
You are the Ric Flair in the show where you point out, I got this Rolex, I got this $1,500 chair, I came here in a Benz, I bought this guy a horse and a cow, and that horse is now running. Yeah, just ridiculous shit like that. Just makes no sense. I bought this camera. I'm never going to use this camera. I'm just going to have it on display in my house, just like these 900 video games that I'm never going to play.
The cameras in the bags that Eric talks about is ridiculous. I mean, the video game collection, sure, people collect video games. What grown man collects bags?
Well,
I haven't bought a bag in a while because I'm still waiting for my Christmas gift that I believe will arrive in February from my brother Marcus.
I honestly haven't heard a single thing since I ordered that goddamn thing. Since I got the confirmation, and they're like, "Your pre-order is good." I don't know when that bag's coming, Eric.
Mark, I also know about the bag game. I don't know, Mark. It might be more June before I see it. I understand.
The fuck?
But we all got vices, man.
Scare ass shit.
We all got vices.
I'm just addicted to drugs.
We all got vices, man.
Eric tries to send me money, okay, all the time. that £50 is still sitting in my PayPal account.
Just because Manny won't use it out of spite. You should send it to Marcus.
No, Marcus owes me money.
No, send me the PayPal money so I can pay you back.
Well, money that I'm going to give you money to give me back, so you can say.
Do you know if we kept sending that money to each other back and forth, what would happen is that eventually with the transfer rates, it would be nothing after a while. It'd just be like 0, 0, 0.
My forefathers will allow me to send you money. Because we threw the tea in the ocean. Damn it, you're your queen.
Oh, Marcus.
Texas.
Since you want to talk about, you talked about how I buy stuff and things like that. I'll let you know something that I bought got destroyed last night, Marcus. You remember my canopy? You remember my canopy over the grill?
Yeah.
The wind fucked it up, man.
Oh yeah, because you guys had wind trouble.
Man, we had a mini tornado. I should show you the pictures of what happened. It was ripped to shreds, man. Ripped to shreds.
That happens. I always wanted like the canopy to fly up into your neighbor's backyard.
How did we get
what the fuck?
Well, because there was really nothing else to talk about. I mean,
I just questioned how did we actually get to this?
We were talking about Cody.
At one point we were talking about wrestling, and then we ended up here.
Well, because Manny, at the end of the day, what Marcus was trying to imply about talking about all the things that I buy, he's just calling me Cody Rhodes. I am Cody Rhodes. I'm delusional. I go around, I think I want people to like me, and then people won't like me because I'm just not a likable person.
Well, people won't like you because you're trying to pay people to like you, as Cody's doing. Why don't you like me? Because you keep asking us to like you, Cody.
You're just mad because, Marcus, I don't feel like I have to buy your like because you're related to me, so you have to like me by blood. But Manny, I can slip a 50 his way. I can slip a 50 his way.
Just know, you slip any more money into my PayPal, it's getting sent back to you.
Part of me out of spite because you're telling me what to do, I'm gonna send you $1 just to send you $1.
It cost you more. It cost you more to send me the most expensive dollar you spent.
but so Manny, let's just say hypothetically, we sold some t-shirts. You wouldn't want me to send you your cut of the t-shirts that you sold.
Oh, hold on. So if we sold some t-shirts, which would probably be what, 2 since the last time I recall anyone buying a t-shirt, that would be what, maybe $3.
You know, yeah. I have not logged into Store Frontier in so long.
It'd be like $3, and half of that money is because we bought shirts.
Damn. And my ring notification, man. Let me read you what on my neighborhood last night. The thief stole my son's bike last night. Thief entered through the alley between 16th and 15th. Storm had blown. No, he said the storm had blown our back gate open, and that was his open. Road in. Damn, the storm. When we lost power, man, people started texting, "Oh, be safe out there, man. Keep your loved ones close." I was like, "Wow."
Oh, did you mark yourself safe on Facebook? Eric marked himself safe from the wind.
Goddamn Captain Planet Tears, damn it. The wind guy is coming to get. Oh, it was a wind girl, actually.
Gaia, what's her name? When she win?
The last item.
No, Gaia was the leader, right? Shit.
The last item that we sold from Store Frontier, which means that we probably should close the store now, was June 1st, 2021.
That's within a year.
Wait, was that Marcus's order? Was that someone else?
It was the Untitled Manny and Marcus show.
That's me.
No, because someone else bought a red t-shirt and we put it up on screen.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know when that shirt was bought then. Maybe that was July 3rd in 2020.
Well, I am closing the Store Frontier top because I am going to get me a shirt printer machine. I don't know. I'm probably going to keep it at Eric's house because it's probably somewhere I can keep it. And then I'm just going to print my own shirts from now on. I'm done dealing with these other people.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm confused. You just got finished talking about me buying random shit. And you're going to tell me
that is the most random of it all because no one is going to benefit from those t-shirts other than you.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, who do I give a fuck about? Myself?
But then
I want a t-shirt and I'm like, oh, I want to make this a t-shirt.
But then he goes with the whole idea of that I'm just going to store this machine at Eric's house without even asking or checking with me before. After he read down, what if I have places I need to put stuff at, man? What if I have places?
Would you really leave it in Marcus's and Ryan's place?
I got to find a place to put this lens at.
And you're going to leave that there?
Yeah. I would never.
Ryan
really buying a t-shirt machine? I'm concerned.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah,
he's mentioned it. He's mentioned it several times in the last 2 weeks.
Marcus, can I remind you?
Facebook algorithm keeps reminding me you want to buy this.
Marcus, can I remind you something? Marcus, and I hate to do this on the line. Marcus, you're not the most artistic person out there. Marcus, you won't do anything with this t-shirt thing.
What? I do all the graphics for this show.
What? When? Marcus, I think last week on the show.
When?
That's me right there. That's me.
I think last week on the show, Marcus, you acknowledged, and it might have been on this show or it might have been on the retro cast. You acknowledged, Marcus, that all you do is show up. You acknowledge it yourself.
Yeah, but it's not like I can't just print an image off somewhere else and then print someone else's logo on the thing. So that's what I'm gonna do with the pre-t-shirt.
So you want to turn yourself into Wes. You don't even want to be original. You want to be a clone of Wes right now, and take off intellectual property.
I own the intellectual property though. I'm just saying.
What's the first shirt you're thinking about doing?
I don't know. I forgot. But
how much does this machine cost, Marcus?
Like $200 or $300.
Should I donate on it?
No. Because this machine is coming. And I you know what? Because you already criticized the machine, you get no back end on this one. But I become a t-shirt mogul. With these
t-shirt mogul.
Now let me ask you a question.
I will be printing In Loving Memory shirts every 2 weeks.
Hey, Marcus. When we get off this air, I'm going to tell you a story, Marcus. And it's going to make you laugh, but I can't say it on air. But I'm going to tell you a story and Betty can hear it. But
why have we been on air this long anyway? This show ended 30 minutes ago.
I do have an email that I need to read.
You might want to read the Disman's last email, by the way, because we never actually read that out. And it was the second part of his Marty Jannetty story.
I don't live in the past, but I'm reading only a new one. I didn't see the old email.
Marty Jannetty story.
That could be reserved for the Tuesday edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus
show.
We
don't know if that show's still alive.
Well, Tuesday once again is on the chopping block.
Yeah, Tuesday is dead or alive. It may be a Tuesday show this week. And then also, there probably is not going to ever be a Tuesday show again.
Marcus, I just want to point out for the last 2 weeks, Tuesday's been canceled, but next week, the only thing I know I get alert, the Untitled Manny and Marcus show is live on this Tuesday.
It'd be like that Tuesday, so it's an interesting show. It's a show that I consider near-death experience every single week.
You're not the only one that experiences that. I experience it too.
Yeah, we're close to death, and some of the most random stuff come out of that show.
Wait, hold on. Let me see what this picture is. That's so judgmental. Oh, is that the infamous moment where Marcus put the beanie on? I remember that one because I was too sick to continue on in that episode.
Oh, that's behind the scenes stuff you can't talk about.
Yeah, what are you talking about? That's a different day. You son of a bitch.
They know what we do on this show.
They don't.
No one knows anything about nothing. They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing.
And the chances
they don't know that I'm not wearing pants right now. That's just a t-shirt and some tidy whities under here. They don't know that.
And the chances of people and the chances of people finishing this part is crazy. Oh, shout out to Vet Rock for acknowledging a couple of weeks back ago that he did listen to the audio version of the show when many accused people of not listening to audio anymore.
No, I didn't accuse people of not listening to audio. My more expression was, who the hell still has MP3 players? And he does.
Manny, to this day, the iPod Shuffle is still the best MP3 player I've ever owned. That's not
true. The iPod is better.
I had the very first iPod.
The stick of gum? Stick of gum? I had that one also. It was amazing at that point for what it was.
I mean, my godmother got a bunch that came off a truck.
I will actually argue that the stick of gum design one was a lot betterly designed than the little square one because
you're a fool.
I never lost I lost the square one multiple times.
Because you're a careless fool. I like the small capacity. You just put it on your wrist. You go out there for your jog or two, and it's just there.
The biggest downfall about that one is that it came out before Bluetooth was a big thing. Because if they could have put a Bluetooth antenna into the iPod Shuffle at that point, amazing invention right there. Because the wires would always held you back. You couldn't go all the way in. Couldn't go all in.
Yeah, but now they have the watch, and it's kind of just replaced all that, right?
That is also true, but that's only if you got the cellular version and not the basic Wi-Fi version.
Who was out there going, I just need the Wi-Fi watch?
You'll be surprised at how many people have the Wi-Fi version.
You shouldn't have got the watch if you only got the Wi-Fi version.
I mean, I should have got the Wi-Fi version because I have not paired this with my cellular device.
Really, Manny? Yeah. Really? Wow.
Because I was just like, how many times am I ever that far away from my phone? There's only ever like the time where I go downstairs to answer the door.
So yeah, but we out getting that pump, Manny. We getting that workout,
Let me tell you something.
Your phone shouldn't be on you.
There's a new update that I hate that Apple put into their products that is driving me crazy. It's the one when I walk away from another room. You have left your device here. Would you like us to ping it? No, I know where my device is at. Damn it, it's in my car. I just walked into the grocery store. Let it be.
I like that because it tells me when I'm fucking up. You fucking up, aren't you?
I was worried that I thought somebody had stole my iPad. I just realized, I just left that in my courtroom. Anyway, the email goes, he's a unique individual and one and only. He likes his pizzas with a bit of pepperoni. He washes down his
with the accent
with some lemonade.
You are Tony D'Angelo.
It's the Dizman, folks. Time to get paid. Talk your talk. Talk your talk, Dizman. Talk your talk.
No. If you say it, you gotta say it with a little bit more bass, like Trick.
I can't.
When he went, I thought we were your boys.
Trick is such a bitch, and his little fur jacket made him even look more like a bitch. But he's like the best thing on NXT. I tune in each week to see what him and his fake thug ass friend Carmelo Hayes do. Anyway, what's really good, Sharpies? What's really good? I thought I sent this to you guys sooner, but I wanted to share something with you. It's old news, but it's the truly messed me up, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. I was helping out at the church with youth night, and one of the kids run up to me and says, "Mr. Adrian, did you hear? the WWE release Jeff Hardy.
That has never happened to me in my life.
Well, Marcus, you don't go to work at church, Marcus. You don't help at the church.
I mean, kids don't talk to me about wrestling. I would find that really weird if they did. But I'm assuming if this ever really takes off, I feel like that may happen, and I'd be like, "Oh, get the fuck away from me, kid."
Well, the problem is, I've already pre-read some of this email, and so you guys are gonna be very concerned when you hear about this church-going child, what he is. He says, "Yes, such a shame." The kid then replied, "Yeah, well, he's back on drugs again."
Hold on, wait. Can you use different voices to differentiate between
man, you try to maybe okay, hold on.
The Disman and the kid.
Let me get to the zone. Okay. Mr. Adrian, did you hear the WWE released Jeff Hardy? I said, yeah, such a shame. The kid then replied, yeah, well, he's back on drugs again. Which hearing him say that threw me off.
He's back on drugs again. You hear that shit?
Nonetheless, I tried to put a positive spin on it. So I said, well, his brother said he was okay, so we'll see. I'm thinking this is it, but the kid kept going. He said, well, he's got a history of drug use. Did you know that? The kid didn't see me, but I
this
saw.
Kid sounds like he's about to do crack.
Yeah, this kid sounds like Jim Cornette talking about the NWA.
Then once again, tried to put a positive spin on it, and because we were at church, I said, well, let's pray that Jeff Hardy is going to be okay. I figured this would be the end of the conversation, but as I walked away, the kid yells at me, hey, they weren't using him right anyway. This stopped me in my tracks.
How old is this kid?
I turned around.
How old is this kid, and is he on the mid-card mess?
And I asked the kid what he meant. The kid then said to me, well, he only got one title shot since he came back. He'd be better off going to AEW. Now, at this point, I was just so taken aback. It took me a few seconds to get it together, but once I did, I said to the kid, let's just make sure Jeff is healthy, and then we'll worry about his wrestling. Now, I'd like to tell this is where it ended, but the kid kept going. As I'm trying to go talk to other kids, he says to me, and what are they doing with Raven and Dominic? I told the kid, we'll talk later. But it messed me up hearing this stuff. I mean, I wasn't ready to have a conversation with a 13-year-old. If I was on a group page, okay, but I don't know. It just didn't feel right talking about pushes and how someone is used with a kid. What do you guys think when you hear kids talk like this? And what does it say about the business as a whole? Manny, I'll come to you first.
I don't think I've ever spoken to a kid like that. But like, I feel like ever since the internet, it's too open. The business is so open. Like, there's too many smart fans on the internet. The internet needs to go and die. I want to go back to my the days where I didn't have to know any of this stuff and enjoy it. Because if you go back and look at Raw Retro, it was good. It was good. Because I look back at that and was like, I forgot about Goldust. I forgot about Mark Mero. I forgot about Mark Mero's do-rag. And then I accepted all those things because I was that age. I accepted it. And I was never like, oh, they're not using Mark Mero, right?
And Marcus, I'm going to let you go, but I'm just going to point something out too also. If it wasn't for the internet, the Gunther Stark controversy would have never happened. He just would have been Gunther on TV. Hell, he might have been Gunther Stark, but you never know. But the internet made it a bigger deal than what it really was. Now, Marcus, go ahead.
Well, yes.
Once again, everybody, you guys got to jump into the chat because you got to be a part of Manny and JK Switch Tech Chat when they start talking about biases and drivers and windows. Now, go ahead, Marcus. I'm sorry.
So I would never talk to a kid this way. I feel like it just seems like it's unnecessary. Like, kid, shut up, stay in your lane. Stop reading everything on the internet.
Stay in your lane.
Marcus, this is clearly why you're not a youth pastor.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a youth pastor. It's more of those like, who cares if they're not using people right, or they're turning these kids into little gossips, and that's all they are. And they're hearing these gossips and whispers. It's like if your aunt was on the phone with your mom, and that's what it's like watching wrestling. Talk about, you hear what he did last week? You saw who he was with. I'd never like him ever. And it's like when they get to the arena and they see the ring, like, oh, they're great. I just hate the little gossips. I hate all this dirt sheet shit. Just watch the show. You don't know these people. I I don't know if Jeff got back on drugs or not, or what happened with that situation. But I tell you what, I can't wait to see him teaming with Matt just to end the HAFO, whatever's going on with that storyline, get the Hardys back. I'd rather see that than anything else. So I'm sure that it's all going to work out there. I don't care. That's why I just wanted the other kid. Why do you care?
Hey, Marcus,
Why do you care?
Do you care?
About what?
I don't know. You just said I don't care 5 times. I just want to make sure that you really didn't care.
I just wanted to let y'all know I didn't care. That's why I said it 5 times, because that solidifies how much I care.
Can I ask a question, Marcus? Do you care if I go back to his email?
I care. But I don't care about that kid and his response. He need to grow up and watch the show. Just watch the wrestling
What's your
show.
thought, though, Eric? What's your thought?
I mean, I think the problem is that people are more, people are more entwined about being part of the conversation instead of watching the programming. I think people have more fun being in message boards and reading the dirt sheet, or even actually reading someone else's opinion about what happened. Like, let me hear what Messler said. This was a great 5-star match. I have no intention of ever watching this match, but I'm going to take his word that this was a 5-star match. Well, quite frankly, if you watch the match, you'd be like, you know what? It was an okay match. And I think that's the thing right now, that with the metaverse, taking over, everybody is losing their own individuality, and everybody is becoming a puppet in this world that we call life. And I think we all need to be more independent thinkers in the world going forward. That's what
I'm unsubscribing to you because you just told me I should be a free thinker.
That's why Joe Casey is such an important character in NXT right now. Although I didn't appreciate what Harlan did to the black man. He didn't need to beat his ass like that, but he was talking shit, though. Odyssey Jones.
Everybody Harlan has beaten up and has deserved it. I'm just saying. Everyone.
So he says, real quick, I had an observation about AEW, and I just wanted your thoughts. It may not change your opinion on the company, but I just want to hear what you think. I think AEW is trying to be the American version of New Japan. I mean, they have a lot of factions like New Japan, and they do a ton of tag matches and trio matches like New Japan. By the way, I think they do this because it minimizes the bumps performers have to take. Finally, I want to have some to close. I want to have some to close out with something fun. The last I wrote in, I actually shared a portion of my Marty Jannetty story, but it was happy accident because it appeared to bring you guys some joy. Well, in this email, I want to share part 2 of the story.
Yes.
God damn it. I was tired of reading. Damn it.
Man, I'll read it. Let me send it to me. I'll read it.
It's in our Sharpshooters email. Don't you got access?
I mean, I accidentally keep logging out of that all the time. And your password is all awful.
It's just 8675309, and it's 5,000 more other characters after that.
Wait, what part are you?
This is where, because I guess he wanted our opinion of what we think about them being the new Japan for America.
Okay, so the next bit is when we last left off, right?
Yes.
Okay, when we last left off, I was sitting at a table at a restaurant by myself. In case you forgot, my wife left with Mr. Janae and an Asian girl wearing bunny ears and a black chick with an afro. Marty, by the way. Why did you say it like that? That sounds really weird. Marty, by the way, was wearing a cowboy hat and a fur coat. Oh, he sounds like a pimp.
He was a pimp in the last one. This is a previously on, Manny. This is a previously on.
What I neglected to mention last time was that all my Marty was all Marty had on. Wait, I take that back. He was also wearing a pair of white Adidas and white socks, pulled up all the way up to his knees. Oh, and he also had a pair of the tightest white underpants that I've ever seen.
Hi.
Anyway, I sat there with a briefcase full of $500. Slowly eating my dinner, I couldn't help wondering what had happened to my wife. The fact that you just let her go, I'm questioning everything. Also, yeah. I'm not really a jealous man, but I couldn't help wondering what my wife was doing with Marty and the girls. But before I carry on, I want to know if the briefcase was just like $500 tied up in a briefcase, or if it was spread out like tens and 20s all over the place.
I would like to think it's all $1 bills, and then you have the little rolls, and when you open up the briefcase, you flash it. It looks like it's a lot of money. I'm just saying, that's what I would do.
Time passed by, and I had finally felt like I had waited long enough. I paid the check, grabbed the briefcase, and headed to the car. As I go to unlock the car, I hear in the distance, "Start the car!" I look up and I see my wife running towards me, wearing Marty's hat and fur coat and carrying something. She yells at me again, this time even louder, "Start the car now!" I was confused, but everyone knows when you see someone running, you start running and ask questions later. In what seemed like a flash, I jumped in the car and started it. And just as my wife got on the passenger side, as I tried to process everything, my wife looked at me while breathing heavily and found the energy to ask if I had the briefcase. I didn't respond. I just looked at her confused, then prompted her to slap me and in a louder and more direct tone ask if I had the briefcase. I snapped out of it and I told her I did. She said, "Good, now go." I was still confused, but I put the car in gear and sped off. As we got on the highway, I looked at my wife and said, "I hope you plan on telling me what happened when we get home." Finally, after she was able to breathe enough to talk, my wife looks at me and says, "I will, but first we have to return this." She turns on the interior light and holds up a ring. Not just any ring, a WWE Hall of Fame ring. Want to find out who it belonged to? I'll tell you next time. Anyway, Sharp, I'm gonna go. But you take care and remember, dreams don't work unless you do. Later, guys. Signed, Adrian, aka the Diz Man.
This felt like a part 2 of a story. I wanted to know who the ring belonged to.
There's a part 3 now, and we need it.
You guys love your story. And JK Switch, I am sorry. I was trying to point out the fan. The fan comment was not Manny. That was me. Manny don't care about no Dustin, his fans.
Oh, that's weird because I'm typing and you're typing from the Sharpshooter account as well.
Yeah, because
you guys are weird.
What I do is I do dual browser, and so on my Safari account, I'm logged in as me and my YouTube. And so when I created a new window, I had accidentally created in the Chrome account, which is the Sharpshooters account. And when I put the Dust thing, so it was my fault.
Interesting. I have no idea what you guys are doing.
That's all right, Marcus. We know you just show up and you talk. That's what you do, man. That's what makes you the man who you are.
Hey, I'm the Trick Williams of this show.
Talk your talk.
Talk your talk. About it.
Oh, Manny, did you pick up Death's Door for your Xbox? It's free on Game Pass.
No, what game is that?
It should be fun, man. It should be fun. Just trust me, man.
When you say that, we're playing it now then.
Oh no, it's a single player game.
Death's Door. I downloaded a game called Sable.
Wow!
Why?
It looked like one of those games you could finish quite quickly and get all those achievement points. But long story short, it was a bunch of exploring at the beginning and I couldn't be bothered to do it.
Manny, first of all, your achievement hoardness is ridiculous. If it's stop trying to beat Carrie, it's trying to get achievements. But that's who makes you who you are. And Marcus, why are you showing us the top of your head?
Because I was praying, Eric. I was praying.
For that child soul who likes the dirt sheets?
Yeah.
Well, I think that pretty much wraps up this show. I think we left on a lack of steam right now.
Yeah, there was nothing else to talk about.
We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And as many people say, fuck Sir Pimtico for shooting out those streamers. He deserved the ass.
Oh, he deserved his ass whooping.
I mean, Manny, I'm surprised you didn't have that picture.
20-year veteran made me sick. Sir Pimtico's a 20-year veteran made me sick.
You know, I couldn't tell the difference between him and El Fuego.
I still can't.
I also agree. I was like, did he already fight this guy? Clearly, he didn't.
I thought El Fuego already faced him. I was like, oh, I didn't know Serpentico El Fuego was a
So, Manny, I'll also point out that I know you apologize for your thumbnail. Shantae made no mention of any thumbnail problems this week at work, not like the one with Mandy Rose. So, apparently, blondes are the only thing that might get attention.
I mean, this one's worse.
Excuse me. No, I don't feel like it.
I don't think it was worse. Because Betty, I saw the hold. I saw the hold first. I saw the hold.
I saw the video first. I was like, ooh, this is way too early.
But I also know how this move landed with her begging the knee on the mat for no good reason.
No, Eric, it wasn't that. There was an unnecessary angle that I've never been seen before on AEW. That was like, oh, It's a top-down, like, curved shot. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Oh, so you're finally using this big rig.
Marcus, in Manny's head, thumbnail.
No. I wasn't thinking thumbnail because the image wasn't there. I was like, oh, someone put a thumbnail. Now thumbnail.
I'm still waiting for Manny to use a Sable thumbnail because I know one day he can't fight the urge. Because Sable was selling sex like nobody else, man. Nobody else.
I mean, I was close.
I'm in the agreement that Mark Merrill was in the right. That's why I am going back in 1998.
See, I was close.
Right.
I was close.
What the hell are you doing?
I did get talked out of it by Marcus for one of them.
Damn, Marcus, why
because there was two. But the thing is, if there was Sable, but then there was two other good bits on there. So there was the dumpsters, which I didn't use in the end. I used the State of the Union.
And that's ashy.
Yep.
I need some Jamal's cocoa butter.
Use the iconic moments, Manny, not the random Sable moments. Who gets the thirstiest reaction I've ever heard from a crowd in my life?
Hey, did Jessica McKay ever post whatever she was promising to post on Friday? Because I didn't have the investment to go and check her website. Because
I didn't even check.
Oh, because if it's not on Instagram, I don't think I cared enough.
Wait, she said she get naked?
No, well, she said she was promising a peach delight or something like that. So I'm assuming it was gonna be some type of booty picture. And I thought
wasn't it just that picture of her and the other one with fruit.
the one that's married to Shaw Spears.
It also just sounds weird that I know all their names, so I played it cool. I tried to play it cool there.
I can't remember her WWE name or her real name, so I know her as Shaw Spears' wife.
Pepe.
Oh, there we go, Pepe. Yes.
The reason they got released.
Oh, she's got to be coming back.
Who?
Lacey
Jessica?
Evans.
You know it. But
wait. Oh shoot, we totally forgot about this. We're doing the watch along next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so tune in for the watch along. Are we still doing our 10 surprises draft where the winner gets the
only way we can do that is the only way we can do this is if we say who we think is coming back now.
No, we can do the list before. We can just do it before. We got a pre-show to get through. We can just talk to
the match where we don't actually pay attention to.
Yeah, Ridge and Ricochet.
You guys are the hardest working men in the business.
Correct.
Oh, you're not gonna be a part of this watch along?
No, because I'll be in Santa Barbara, I believe.
You're not gonna watch the Rumble?
I will be on my way back from Santa Barbara. I think I should be here, but I don't know. Shantae, mate, this is the Christmas trick that was postponed when I was sick the week of the Christmas trick. Damn it. Okay.
Wait, when are you going on this Christmas?
I think it's supposed to be this Saturday.
Then you're missing the entire thing.
Is it Royal Rumble on Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's the 29th.
Well, damn. Yeah, I'm missing the whole thing. Shit.
I mean, you need to jump in the comments. No, don't jump in the comments. Enjoy your fucking holiday.
Yeah, I mean, and that's worse. Oh, yeah, Shantae got this like, what are you doing? I'm talking to Manny and Marcus about the Royal Rumble.
I will not believe who just
on
showed
an iPad.
Up.
I do want, but you can't drink anymore, can you?
I'm not supposed to.
The final two of the Rumble is John Moxley and The Rock.
I do miss I do miss Mimosa Eric.
Everybody likes
Eric. Mimosa Eric looked like he was having the time of his life.
Everybody loves emo, but Eric. That's everyone likes emo. Shit, the mimosas made me sick though. But goddamn, you don't give me no time limit on how much I can drink. Heifer, I'm gonna let you know what I got.
Just drunk.
I got what you got. Let me get 3 more of those.
My downfall is always that Long Island.
Fuck, I love Long Islands.
They're the worst.
That was my first. Well, that's usually most people's first drink when they don't know what drinking is. Let me get a Long Island. And then one of my friends told me, he gave me his logic behind Long Island iced tea. He was like, that's the best starter drink because it gives you so many roadmaps to where you're going to go down the alley of your next drink, because you know how they say you're not supposed to mix clear and dark liquor. Well, because Long Island has all the liquor in there, you can then decide if you're going to go down that clear liquor path or the dark liquor path. Right?
No, I don't think you can, because like realistically, they're all mixed together, so you can't really go. I think I like this type of alcohol.
Benny, when he told me this, I was like, he's a professional drug, and I'm not going to argue with him because I don't drink enough. But I was like, shit, this don't make no damn sense to me.
Hold on, you call me the alcoholic of the show.
I know people who drink a lot, man. Like one day at work, when people came and do the thing that I hate so much. Hey, how you doing? Are you doing all right? Oh, what is your dietary restrictions? Oh, you can't drink no more? Man, that's a shame and all that. And then we started talking about whiskey, and then I realized that this conversation was more manly than I was equipped to handle, and so I just kept nodding like, because they started talking about whiskey I ain't never heard of. But they promised to get me drunk after my year. I don't know why. Everybody apparently want me to go back to beef and liquor. They want the fat Eric back.
That's a cup of hell and sin.
What? Long Island?
Yeah.
So if that's a cup of hell and sin, what's the adios?
But most people don't. Some bar people don't know how to make a proper Long Island. Because I remember going to one bar and then I basically had a glass of tequila. Can you imagine that? Like you take a sip, tequila. It's like having a shot of tequila every time.
You did the song, Manny.
Mark, you remember what? Mark, were you with me? Mark, were you with me when I made that guy choco his beer inside of that restaurant? Remember when I was on my Christopher Daniels bullshit?
Oh,
that I went to the bar and I said, "Hey, can I get an appletini?" And this man over there drinking, excuse me, what did you just order? And I said an appletini.
And me, you, and I think Wade all
got,
Wade. We were like, yes, we'll take 3 appletini.
Yeah. 3. You ain't gonna try to question we men because we more men than you because we men enough to drink an appletini. That shit was delicious.
This man fought in Iraq. He can drink an appletini if he wants to eat an appletini.
Realistically, all cocktails. Realistically, if you go out there as a man, you can't really go, I want this, because it looks ridiculous. They taste amazing. I will go out there and ask for a pina colada if I want to.
You know what's fucking delicious?
Do what you want.
You know what's fucking delicious? A strawberry daiquiri. But you know what you can't do as a grown man? Hey, can I get a strawberry daiquiri? Because when that shit comes back to you, it's pink and white and it got all the fruit hanging out of it.
I need umbrellas and straws in my drinks. I'm a child. I am a child. Marcus, I don't care. I need to come in a coconut.
I want the straws with bends.
I need a big ass pineapple. A big ass pineapple with a loopy straw. Like, what is this? A pina colada.
I like the fact that the pandemic, like when you go back into bars, a lot of them have adopted like a table service on an app. So like you don't actually have to go up there and like order and feel embarrassed. It's like, yeah, I want this drink. Because I'm feeling fruity.
No, it's even more hilarious when you realize people be judging you about what beers that you order. Like, oh, you're getting that? You're getting a go now? Like, why do you even care? I don't like stouts.
It's all poison, sir. It's all poison. You poison yourself your way. I poison myself my way.
There's only been one chocolate stout that I like, and that was the recent.
I don't really like stouts. They're a bit too
they were too much
in your mouth.
But I had one. It was the Reese's peanut butter stout, and that was delicious. That's it. I like amber ales. That's what I like.
So I think
Jake feels like his licking a hurt. He like to put the hair on his chest.
I also like that too.
Yeah! I think the first time I had Guinness was the second lockdown in the UK. And this is more of a question of why did I drink it, because I don't normally drink stuff like that, and why would I drink something I haven't tried before like that? No, it's the cheapness side to me, where it was like, it's 50% off. We have to get rid of this barrel before we close. I was like, okay.
Well, Marcus was taking the shots of that black licorice drink that I don't know how he does it.
What, Jaeger?
Black licorice.
Yeah, Jaeger. Ugh.
I don't take shots of that. I have Jaeger bombs. I will not take shots of Jaeger.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I haven't had a heart attack as many Jaeger bombs as I've done in my lifetime.
I don't know.
Back to back, we used the Jaeger bomb race. Which
Marcus,
is,
did they
really
awaken
ridiculous.
something in you? because I swear when I have Jaeger bombs, they awaken something in me that I don't think I should have. They awaken the 20s in me, and I don't think I should be acting like I'm 20 years old at 35.
So you guys do know when I drink.
When I was doing Jaeger bombs, I was in my 20s.
When I drink around my friends, I become more of a goon than anybody. I just want to beat people up. And it's the worst thing about it. You could ask any of my friends.
You're drunk.
Yeah, I'll be like, we can take that group over there. I'll be like, you damn right we can. I'll be like,
so you walk over to people and be like, hey, sir, I want to ask you something. What you drinking? I'm doing a few things. I'm drinking a few things. Yeah, but I have one more question for you. Because you drinking that drink, I want to know. You think you can kick my ass? Oh, what the fuck?
I just imagine him being so drunk and then just about to throw the first punch, he falls over.
Oh no, because the last time I got really drunk was when I went to Vegas with my friend Jose for his birthday party, and we were playing craps, and we had just got finished eating. I don't know how many drinks I had because we had drinks we pre-gamed and all that good stuff, and so we're playing craps, and then next thing you know, like the crap people. They cheated him because he'd been working all night. He was working all night. And then when he finally got supposed to be paid for working all night, they was like, you didn't make that bet. So Jose was all up in the pit with the thing. What are you talking about? I made my belt. Then these two black guys. And right at this point, I was feeling froggy. They was talking shit. Come on, man, sit down because we got to play the game. I was like, what you guys gonna do about it? And in my head, I was like, shit, I just said that. But I was
what are we gonna do about it?
Yeah, I said, what are we gonna do about it? And they looked at me and they saw the fire in my eye and they went back to just playing with their chips at the table. And at that point, I was like, damn, I was on that level.
Let's not fight you, big man. I don't want none of this, big man. Don't keep that smoke, big man.
I remember a time where
flying Dusty Rose style for no reason.
I remember me and my friend
Marcus.
Me and my friend got invited to this girl's house party, and we thought, okay, cool. This is gonna be a fun party. It was the most boring thing I've ever been invited to in my life. I went in the kitchen. There's people talking about Scottish politics.
Ooh,
not even UK politics. Not even UK politics.
Bored. No, as you're bored but hear about Scottish politics, I can see you, my sorry ass, drunk ass going over to that conversation, going like, "Is that what you really feel?"
No. When I got there, when I got into that kitchen, I was sober. When I left that kitchen, I wanted to kill myself. But so me and my friend, not Ross of the Raw is Retro show, but my friend Ross that I used to work with, me and him decided we're going to start our own drinking game. Never a good thing when you're around. See, I would think if you talked about me that I like wrestling, I like all these video games, you would consider me a nerd. But around these people, I felt like I was the king of the nerds. So we set up these cards, and I don't know if you've ever played Ride the Bus.
I've always wanted to play Ride the Bus or Ticket to Ride, but my family doesn't play those type of games.
It's one of the most dangerous games where you set up a bunch of cards and you got to try and make it from one end to the other. And then if you flip the card, you have to guess it. You can either you guess the number or you guess the color. We just said guess the color because it was easier. And then you would get to the point. We made that party more interesting than ever. And then also got kicked out for making fun of one of the girls, claiming to be a lawyer. Because at that point I was drunk, and what she was describing was, "Oh, so you're just a secretary then?"
Betty.
What the hell?
Correct term. She was a paralegal. She was a paralegal.
Secretary.
Well, that's what a paralegal is. We consider paralegals people who just can't pass the bar.
Segment, you're my assistant. You got to keep downgrading those people.
Can I let you guys know these are my favorite parts about the Saturday show when we get all the wrestling out the way and we just have the whole thing. Let's just talk about random shit. How did we get here?
Eric, this is why I wanted to show a separate show called Tangents, because this is more fun.
Yeah, but you see, the thing about the tangent though, Manny, it's hard to go into a tangent intentionally. We got to this point. First, we started talking about Cody Rhodes, and then it went down the hill. Then we started talking about you guys having your Series 7.
Eric, so the concept of the Tangent Show was basically the topic this week is, I don't know, bonsai trees. And then someone would start talking about bonsai tree. The real story is we're just going to end up talking about what's going on in our lives.
You want to know what's going to be worse about that show? Is that the Tangent Show is going to start off, let's talk about bonsai tree. And then 2 hours of it's going to be talking about wrestling. And then we're going to do the fucking show that way. And it's like, no.
You know, Manny
much time talking about Vader. Why?
You know, Manny and his Lego addiction has really caused me trouble because one of my YouTubers that I watch on photography.
I've done it twice.
That was 2 times too many for me. By one of my YouTubers, he's in photography. He had got this Lego set. It was this green ass Lamborghini. I was like, oh, that's fire. I was like, I kind of want to put that together, but I was like, I don't have the patience for this shit, and I know I don't. I just don't.
I have the patience for that shit.
You do.
But I have to be free also to do it. Because I need that shoe. That was way too long. It was way too long.
Marcus, if you need to walk away, Marcus, if you need to tap out. Me and Betty talk about the Adidas shoe.
That took way too long. Like I feel like everyone stepped in at one point to make sure I hadn't killed myself or something.
No, the worst part though, at the end of the completion of the first shoe, Manny asked for advice. Like, should I do the little shoe? And I'm like, no, Manny, you've done enough. And he's like, fuck it, I'm doing the other shoe. And I'm like, why?
No, so you came in at one point. Ross was in at another point. I don't think Marcus came in.
Marcus never shows up, man. Marcus don't watch our YouTube channel.
And then
he came in. I may have been in there.
And then Shantae popped in at one point. She was like, "Are you mad? Are you angry?" I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm questioning how much time I've wasted today.
The only time I ever see Marcus show up in the chat room was when he got boosted, and then he popped up in the chat room, and then he left.
Oh no, he popped up in a watch along when he wasn't on it.
I show up, but you know what? When I'm not on a watch along or in these chats, you know where I'm at. You know I'm clearly at work. You know I'm at work. You act like I could just be like, oh wait, let me stop working and go watch YouTube. I don't work where you work, but you can do that, Eric.
Wait a minute. Why are we throwing shots at me again, man? Why you being Shotzi Blackheart, man? Throwing shots at me with a black heart. You shouldn't do that to me, man.
That is a good term. That is a very good
wow.
That is a very good term.
Bravo.
Well done.
I think that's a way to end the show. I mean, come on, man. That was pretty good. That just popped up into my head. We hope you guys enjoyed this extended edition of the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast, where it's also a preview of Tangent coming to a YouTube channel to you soon. But for now, I'm Eric.
I'm Manny. If you're nasty.
Oh.
It's gonna be like that from all time now.
You don't have to be. I don't want to get the nasty ones, Manny. I don't want them in our chat. Please don't put those nasty
Marcus,
people in our chat.
I miss them.
So will you become Nasty Nate, Marcus? Will you become Nasty Nate? From Half Baked?
I feel like that name is taken already.
And then you can be Squirrel Master.
Squirrel Master is the better name. Stand back, Nate. Stand back. Greatest prison fight scene I've ever seen. By the way, yeah, that's it.
Mark, he can't do the bomb because I've said I was Eric. He says he was Mandy. Stang! You never said who you were, Marcus.
Oh, I am the polite gentleman, Marcus the Grand Finale.
Say your real name.
That was my name.
You ain't the polite gentleman.
I thought he said he was the black gentleman.
No, he said he was the polite gentleman.
Oh. Nah, man, you ain't nothing about you polite. You took many shots at me today about what I do with my funds. Series 7 coming in 2 weeks, y'all. Series 7, so I can be part of the crew. I won't be left out.
You act like FOMO.
FOMO, man. FOMO.
I'm into the show right now. I'm Marcus the Grand Finale.
Still alive though. What you don't say, Mark? Come on, man.
It don't fucking matter. I'm listening to the next
questioning you be polite.
Come on, I'm fucking polite. I'm a gentleman. I'm a saint. I'm a saint. I'm a blessing. I'm a blessing. I'm a saint.
I'm a blessing.
Yes,
you're a boondock saint. That's if you're anything.
I'm that too. Shit. I'm a
Natty
saint.
Nightheart.
I am the Natty. Guinness World Record in podcast
Next you'll
episodes.
say Eric Piakowski is great.
He is. He's the greatest of all time. I love Eric Piakowski. To this day, if I walk down the street and I said, "Hey, you Eric Piakowski," he said, "Yes, I am." And I'll be like, "Can I have your autograph and a picture?" And he's probably going to say, "No, get the fuck away from me." But I will take that moment and cherish it for the rest of my life.
You know, I never thought I would see my brother reenact a scene from Coming to America, but feature Eric Piakowski as the character.
That was not a scene from Coming to America.
I felt it was inspired by that.
It was not.
I watched Uncle Drew during work the other day.
Shantae loves that movie, man.
Is that the anti-vax documentary?
I have to say, that film is better than Space Jam 2.
Betty, I actually say it might be better than Space Jam 1.
No.
And I said that. That's controversial.
Don't you say that.
It actually had a story, and the sad part about it, Kyrie Irving just played himself. I mean, like, all the antics that happened after in the real NBA, I was like, well, if you watch Uncle Drew, you know who Kyrie Irving was. You knew who he was. You knew. you would.
And I think that white guy that he's facing off against, I feel he's too close to Eddie Kingston's gimmick.
Casper?
Yeah.
You mean Aaron Gordon?
Yeah.
Fucking had me thinking Aaron Gordon was really good and shit. Casper.
Oh no, not Casper. The comedian guy.
Oh, Michael Rappaport? Was he in that movie?
No, it's the guy that was in what was that show about fantasy football?
The League?
Draft Day.
The League.
Oh, that guy.
I've never seen Uncle Drew.
You need to go watch Uncle Drew.
Yeah, Marcus. I mean, Jamal says Space Jam 2, though. Hey, Jamal, have you made the pork chop since the episode?
Damn it.
Damn it. Marcus, you can leave. We want to know. We want to know.
Have the pork chops been made since that one episode? I mean,
No one has ever come on here and marinated some meat on this show.
And then, yeah, he been made again. And then he made air fryer pork chops, man. My life is complete knowing that those were made again. Marcus, you don't know how to live life, man. You don't. Because you still can't find an air fryer that I gave you guys.
No, it's been found.
So, are you guys watching the fight tonight? Marcus?
If it's after the Packer game, I will be watching the fight.
Because that's meat on meat right there.
That is some big meat on meat. I got Francis knocking his ass out, though. And I know that's considered an upset in some circles, but Francis is going to knock his ass out.
You know, Jamal, I have a request. You know, next time you make the pork chops, please take a picture and send the pork chops to the sharpshooters@gmail.com. I need to know what the pork chops out the air fryer look like. I'm curious, since I can't eat the swine anymore, man. I miss pork chops, man. Pork chops smothered in gravy, one of my favorite meals, on top of some rice with some candy yams and greens. Did
y'all hear about that one YouTuber that, bought a pig as a pet, streamed the life of the pig, and then said at the end of this streaming channel, I'm going to kill the pig and eat it. And he did it.
No, Marcus.
He did it. He fucking did it.
Yeah, but Alexa Bliss had a pet pig.
She didn't eat him.
Well, we don't know. She probably didn't document that kind of stuff.
She's just like, eat pig feet shit. Alexa Bliss eat pig feet.
Hey, you know what? That makes me shout out to Snuggles, man. Shout out, man. Damn.
Motherfucking you. God damn
it. Game will destroy Francis unless Francis can stay up. Oh, they talk about the UFC. I mean, this is the first time that I've been
words.
No, the greatest thing about it is the first time I've been tempted to buy UFC. It tells you the compelling thing of heavyweight fighters, man. That package that they made of those two meaty men knocking each other out, I was like, I kind of think I need to see this. Oh,
ooh.
Wow.
So what you saying is Buddy snuck back up in that house.
Get in my belly.
Buddy snuck up in that house. Like, hey.
You know, she did fatten that pig up, man. But Marcus, how did you come to that news of that YouTube that killed his pig as he was watching?
It crossed my mind. It crossed my feed somewhere.
One day I need to sit down at your phone and see what's in your feed, because I ain't never had a story like that cross my feed.
You ain't got the news, nigga? That was like MSNBC. ABC.
No, my favorite story this month was that woman that hospitalized herself from farting in jars and then selling them.
Yeah,
I just want to point out, Marcus went all Booker T on me real quick. Time like, you don't watch the news. Why? Mark, I actually don't watch the news because they don't accurately report anything.
Yeah, but I'm talking about online news, man. That's where you do your research.
I mean,
that lady that killed herself with the farts or hospitalized herself, I went, yeah, that's the way to go. But who does that? People are freaks. People are freaks out there buying farts out of jars. What the fuck?
Oh, how do you send it back if it wasn't the quality that you wanted to? Like, is there a dive?
I didn't know we had this.
What?
StreamYard has added a new feature.
Oh no! What we got? Farts in a jar?
Some
background music. We can have some acoustic cinematic.
I feel like we're tripping on acid as we're having this conversation now. Talk about farts in jars.
Cat shit in the jar. Like, can I ask a question? So, if you're ideally farting to the jar and a shark comes out, is that a ruined fart in the jar?
No, that's added bonus feature. That's DLC.
I left a little boo-boo in there for you. You nasty ass bitch. You nasty bitch. You ruined it, damn it.
I'm not gonna lie. What do people want from that? Like, what do you gain from if you're buying that? What do you gain? Other than pink eye?
but I also could say to myself though, like literally, if you had a fan club that was buying your farts out of a jar, I don't think I would ever want to meet these fans. Like, no.
I think I do. I need to know who is buying this.
Hey, I have a question. You know, like this comes with a conversation. Here's my phone number.
This is gonna lead to the football game. That's perfectly fine.
So what's going on? Why? What is this doing for you? Just leave me alone, all right? Damn it, I'm jerking off.
Can I ask a question?
In the fart jar.
Like, yeah, I'm jerking off in the fart jar. Mixing this together.
Is this are these broccoli farts or are these asparagus farts? I need to know which fart that you got in the jar right now. Or is
isn't that a type of request you could make? Like,
or is it granola fart? Because you know granola.
I want you to eat bread all day.
I can't wait till the fart people who collect these things get their conversation in Forbes. They're talking about she don't fart like she used to.
You know,
that girl used to fart. She used to really do it. Now she faked it. I believe she using candles and shit.
We run something called the World Breakfast Federation. So I would love for you to eat all the breakfast items and then put that in the fart. Because that'll be just make the show ever essence with the fart in the jar.
100% authentic.
Thing is, I've always wanted to do that thing from that movie. That Robin.
I thought you was gonna say you want to fart in a jar, man.
That Robin Williams movie, Jack. When they fart in a jar and then set it on fire, and then it's like a fucking rocket that comes out.
Now you sound like
lie ever.
Now you sound more like our brother Ryan. Now you sound more like our brother Ryan, who was ahead of his time when he was the Boo Boo Bear, where he just wanted to shoot shit in bags and mail it to people for no good reason.
Was that the reason that name came off?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was the Boo Boo Bear.
He said, I wanted to become a baron, and I want to be the Boo Boo Baron, and I want to just shit in boxes and mail it to anonymous people, and they have to smell my shit, and I want to get nationwide and be like the Boo Boo Bear that's struck again.
So as Jamal just brought up, Manny, you're a villain now. I just want to point out, after recollecting what I have largely spent December and January doing, I finally understand the Chris Jericho Judas song. What have I become?
I'm betrayed.
Everything
I ever loved.
All the way. Now I've become a slave to the Judas in my mind. Is there something left of me inside? For the wreckage of my life, I become it. Judas in my mind.
So what is the line if someone, you know what? No,
come on, ask me.
No, you said it. Now you got to do it. You said it. You got to do it.
If someone were to request something from you on this show, what is your line? What would be the line when you go?
How much they pay?
The price is no limit.
How much they pay?
You can set the price. You set the price.
How much they
price
pay?
is
No
object. Price is no object.
I don't know. I may do things for the money. So list some things and I'll tell you if I'll do them.
Let me point out first and foremost.
Going rate for weird shit is.
No, let me first and foremost say that both
like,
you
I don't
and
want to be
Betty.
Like, oh, you want a piece of hair for my beard? That's some DNA right there.
Both you and Manny have said that you don't care what anybody, if they want to pay you for it, you would do it. Now, the thing about it, you know,
I have record on saying that.
Hey, we should start doing, because there's one industry I don't understand. Maybe we should start minting some of this sharpshooter shit, and we should sell an NFT of a sharpshooter show. Like, you guys can have old episode, blah, 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 of the untitled Manny and Marcus show. Nah, man, I ain't going into a jar because I can see somebody being like, man, this wasn't fresh.
I got your baby.
5 years later, this is your son.
Yeah, they gonna see your sperm count back.
Although people don't understand
we thought it would be.
that once semen hit oxygen, it dies. So when you put it into the jar, it wouldn't be potent anymore.
What?
How do they wait? How do
what
they?
What about semen samples?
Yeah, like when
because they have it like in a vacuum. It's a very complicated how they go.
Wait, how are you keeping?
I feel like you just nut the cup and you say hit.
Well, when you do that, no, but see, when you do that,
he says, "Why
are you touching vacuums to your penis?"
No, but the thing about it though, when you do it, you have only a finite amount of time before they all die in oxygen. So when you do it into a cup, you have to give it to the person right away so they can try to save some of the
they put it in a refrigerator.
Yeah, so
have you ever wondered, at these semen sample places, do people just be like, they walk in on some random dude jacking off top? I'm doing the semen sample, leave me alone.
No, man.
Do you think that happened at work?
No, those
people, like the guy that works, like, you work there.
No, man, they know.
What are you doing? Leave me alone.
They know what they signed up for, man. They know what they signed up for. But it's funny though.
Like the people that work there, like the doctor. Like,
do you know though?
Leave me alone. I'm doing a semen sample. You're just jerking off at work.
From my understanding, someone told me this, that they have strict requirements that you have to be alone, and they don't allow you to use any type of lubricant. I don't believe, because they want to make sure that the sample is as pure as possible.
They want you raw.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to the topic. What type of stuff are you trying to? What type? We need to establish where the line is. What's too far and what's not too far.
Air, boogers, farts, semen. I don't care. Blood.
Man, you ain't getting nothing that you ain't getting nothing from me that my body produces. I'm not gonna even sell you my tears.
I mean,
those salty ass tears.
I mean, they can't clone me yet, so yeah, all this fair game.
I would be happy to sell some of my pictures. I would be welcome. Shit, I remember that time when I gave them all away. I sent Manny a pup.
But hold on,
that was actually fun. That was actually really fun. I remember doing that.
I would like if someone sold somebody some DNA, hair, or whatever. They just bring it on the crime scene. Manny, you wanted for murder in Missouri.
Marcus, now where would you get hair from? From your beard?
Huh? Yeah, I still grow a little bit.
What do they want it from your head?
I shaved his head.
Wait. What if they want the hair from another place?
I'll do that,
Really?
They find pubes everywhere.
Yeah.
They're like the forensic like
wait, no.
Pubes and semen.
No,
wait. Farmhouse in Kentucky, Marcus. I wasn't
Betty.
in the farmhouse. Your pubic hair is there.
Betty, I can see Marcus in the shower. Oh, another satisfied customer. Let me get that.
I see dollar signs.
No, I'm just talking about how the red ones fall off when you scrub it in Dublin.
So if you do have any weird requests, please, let's see. We will test our limits. Just send us a price at what our limits is. Eric is willing to give bath water.
Fuck you, Betty. Fuck you.
Eric sells feet pics.
No, man. Although I am in desperate need of a pedicure. And I'm thinking
pedicure place.
And I'm thinking about foregoing.
Make my feet look beautiful.
I'm thinking about foregoing the Niners Packers game so I can go get that taken care of. But we'll see what happens. My week was lost for being ill this week.
I mean, you still could have went. You put off going to the hospital.
I did, Manny. I hate going to the hospital. It was 8 hours, man. 8 fucking hours.
Why? You paid for your medical. Why?
Man, honestly, it would be the only show that it would be a no-ho if I talked about all the people that came into the hospital, man.
Marcus, you can charge more depending on where the pubes come from.
Oh, hell no.
How do you know that? In the shower versus on the toilet.
I think that's it. I think we did cross the line.
I don't think we have.
But yeah, you know what? Maybe I could sell my hating ass tears.
Salty.
I call these tears of not giving a fuck.
Take the high blood pressure. These tears reducing the salt level.
Season your food with Eric tears. So much saltiness, you would never have high blood pressure again.
That'd give you ultimate high blood pressure.
I can see you go to the doctor, so have you eaten anything out of normal?
I hate this grown man tears.
I hate them. I really thought I'd be okay, but I probably should have went down that route.
I ate this grown ass man's tears, and I ain't never been the same.
My fucking heart, man. I don't know.
So what are your symptoms? I'm crying all the time. My chest is heavy.
I'm growing man titties.
And I can't stop complaining about AEW. Goddamn.
But I keep watching it. And I don't know why. I
want to collect bags and video games. I don't even like bags and video games.
And all of a sudden, I feel like I need to take a picture with a camera, and I don't know why. What the fuck
I'm gonna get a cat.
Not just any camera. The most expensive camera around.
Yeah. To take pictures of my cat.
Well, no. You know what? I did fight off the temptation of buying a Leica M11 because I was like, that is just too much. I said no.
You're saying stuff that I don't understand, much like
because
Smush when he's talking about BIOSes on Windows.
Leica just announced the M11 cameras, the little rangefinder camera, and it's going for $8,999. And I thought about it. $8,999. I thought about it.
Why?
But I said no.
You said no.
I did.
Okay. In your head, give me a rough estimate on all the cameras that are currently on your desk. How much is on the desk? Retail price.
I don't have any cameras on my desk. I only have I have this one.
No. So all the cameras you own, retail price.
I can't tell you that because then people will come and rob me.
Which means it's too much.
Yeah.
No one even knows where you are at.
As most people said, that photography is probably one of the worst and most expensive hobbies you can ever get into. So, for example, this Sony point and shoot camera that I'm using right now, I think when it came out, it was about $1,200.
I got a fake brand deal that got sent to me on Instagram.
Fake what?
I got a fake brand deal.
What about all those ads that we get sent to us? Talk about come join our network.
I don't believe that woman. Wow, you've got such a great podcast. I don't believe that woman.
Oh, what? Oh, come on, I believe her.
Nah, man.
You know we're
great. She's lying.
They try to take all of our rights.
Nicola Lynch is lying.
Yeah. Because anybody who
Damn
paid...
it, Nicola Lynch.
Where the fuck is my charger? Shit.
And then we had Ellie Portner lying.
Yes.
Ellie Portner is a friend of mine.
Sure.
Well, Marcus, I need you to know that Ellie Portner is a goddamn liar.
What friends do you have from emails that come from @post.cz?
I'm talking about where your posts come from, all right? I'm talking about
Mamma Mia film camera.
What the hell is that?
It's a film camera from back in the day.
No,
it looks like a droid from Star Wars.
That is a toaster.
It's heavy as fuck though, but it's a film camera.
Why are you talking about yourself like that?
Right,
I did something so wrong the other day.
Oh,
where Jamal said Naomi's winning the Royal Rumble, and then I said, then she turned off the PS5.
I read that. I found it.
That's so mean. She's not. Asuka's winning the Rumble.
Oh, you know what? That would be a good pick. I had to find my tech pouch that I didn't know where it was at. Do you have a tech pouch, Manny?
No, I just leave stuff lying around.
You don't have a bag to go inside your bag.
No, but I do on my desk have cutlery in case you never know when you're gonna eat.
You know, I'm in a meal for a mood a meal right now.
Well, one day, Manny, that's gonna be the thing that save your life. Someone's gonna break into you in your house, and you're gonna be fighting them off, and you're gonna go like, my blood.
Hey, Marcus, Marcus, fuck that. Coming to you guys out of Storefront here, not out. Storefront.com. The Sharpshooters Cutlery. Eat with the same fork and spoons that Manny eats with.
Hold on. Back to the topic of what people can buy. Manny, can I buy that fork? I want a used fork.
No. Actually, if you made it this far,
it's covered in gravy.
If you made it this far, how much would you pay for a meal with the Sharpshooters? That includes me and Ross.
Well, I think what we have to understand too is like, who are you going out to eat with? Because if you're going out to eat with me, that might be expensive.
We'll bring fake Ryan too to keep the conversation going.
Nah, man, I can't bring his ass because he allergic to everything, Marcus. He'll limit what you can order.
Yeah, that's that problem.
You remember all the time
we already got paid for it. We already got paid for the dinner, and I want the dinner to be something stupid too. We're microwave some stuff in our house. It was like, oh, where we meeting at? You just go into this room and Zoom. And it's like, hey, how you doing?
How much? I want to know.
13.27.
That's very precise.
That's like a combo.
What, we going to McDonald's? You going to McDonald's? You got an apple pie with your meal?
But that would be really interesting, though, to see how much someone would pay to have dinner with us or something like that.
Oh, you know, Betty, consider how much Marcus and I would have to pay to have dinner with you. It would be a lot. We have to fly over to you where you at.
I mean, I would come to you.
No, I would rather for you to come. We come to us. It seems more exciting us going to London.
It's not exciting for him to go to America?
No, he's been in America. He goes to New York.
No, there's trouble when I fly to America.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Marcus. Remember. Marcus,
I know your family ties, Manny. I know who you're connected to.
Marcus, you remember who we partner with, man. We know who we do. Because just like Vince, we'll do anything for that Saudi money.
I can't wait to do the Saudi watch along if we can.
Oh, that's February, isn't it?
Yep.
Do we have to both take that day off?
I don't know. I'm not.
Marcus can't take days off, man.
I don't even know where I'm located.
Marcus is Mr. No Days Off. That's who he is.
What are you talking about? I haven't worked in like a year.
Well, because you know why? Because you got cousin COVID. But now,
well, I've been cleared.
I know now it's cleared, but you still have that choice to go to work.
So technically, Marcus had COVID. Technically, did that booster actually work though? Like, do you need to take it again because you actually had COVID when you had?
I don't know. And, like no one knows how to react. Like, hey, did you have it, or is the booster in, or how you what? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I had it already, or if the booster gave it to me, or if I got it after, or I don't know what's going on. I don't know the science behind it. I need Dr. Fauci. So I call him.
With all sincerity, Manny, why are you a Jets fan?
Can I actually say,
this is when I leave. I leave, you guys.
These shoes were some of the most comfortable shoes. The Rocks cross trainers.
Can you stop advertising?
I really enjoyed these shoes.
The way you don't need your advertising.
Are you just pulling out boxes from nowhere?
Well, I need to know. If you guys saw the mess that was behind me right now, it's ridiculous.
So you don't see the mess anymore because he's changed his view. Because before we used to see all that mess behind his chair. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we'd get run-ins from Fiasco to Cat.
You know that bitch ran in yesterday and scared the hell out of me.
She's a cat. She's a feline.
Sometimes you forget you have a cat. I love how when I bought my new camera, they gave me
I feel like that's every horror movie. What?
Eric,
Kill it, house, goddamn
You
cat.
could have recorded yourself doing that as an unboxing video. You realize that, right?
No one cares about cameras on our channel, but me.
All right.
Yeah, but people search
Ladies
for
and
cat
gentlemen.
subs and then it will come up.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am exiting the building. I have a game on. I should have been watching the Rams and Bucks all this time, and I realized
The Rams and Bucks are not today.
Yeah, they are.
They are?
It's 2 days. Yeah, the Packers and what's called the Rams and Bucks today.
No, I thought today was Cincinnati, Tennessee.
That's tomorrow. Unless I got it mixed up.
I think you got it mixed up, Mark. They're not going to have 2 NFC games on the same day. Yeah, right now, Mark, it's Bengals Titans. And the Rams play tomorrow at noon our time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I would have been disappointed too.
Yeah, man. You would have walked away from this with stuff you can sell to people. But anyway, I think I am Eric.
No, you're not.
He's Eric, the camera hoarding man.
And soon to be Series 7 owner, just because they said I couldn't.
Who said you couldn't?
Marcus.
I never said anything. You can be who you want to be. That was your doctor.
Wow. Don't you hate when you can't figure out how to put a box back together? Shit.
Well, if you didn't open it like a fucking animal.
Wow. Wow. You don't call me an animal, man?
Is that how you unbox things? Like a Tasmanian devil?
I got it back together in my white box. Flash.
This man has so much money.
Another film
I
camera.
don't know why. I don't know what he's doing. Like he's in jail. He's doing drugs.
He texts us at work all the time. He sends us pictures that he's watching AEW at work.
Here I am busting my ass just to make a fraction of what he's getting, scraping by.
Maybe there's a reason why I know so much about semen sales.
I'm leaving. I'll see you later. Yeah, I don't even know. Fucking fat.
All right, see you guys next time. We out.